separate these players.
Ken trying to back off away from Renai. He has him against the edge of the stage, but he just kind of lets him get away with it scot-free because he shoots off the Lloyd rocket. Ken's too afraid of shielding against it for the fear of getting a tick grab. Renai being able to get a grab right after the shield pressure.
Just the tip of the toes there with the bear pushing Renai back off stage. Gonna see the back throw, of course.
That's why we see Ken, rolling into the edge of the stage so he can get that grab into a back throw. Renai once again trying to get the grab. We see a possible attempt of a trump coming from Ken. Renai saw coming, just immediately get back down onto the stage. They're nearing high percent. Renai at 122 with Ken at 95.
Yeah, you can see Ken starting to really put together the thoughts. How is he going to get that raw back air that we saw game one that allowed him to close it out so easily?
Even a neutral air could work at this point. You see all the sparks coming from that first hit, but you know what? He gets a grab into a back throw. Ken taking away the first stock again.
That's the beautiful part of that Sonic back throw. You can start it at that third mark of the stage, and Sonic will flip back towards the edge. Positioning is not as important as we see with other characters, and that allowed him to close that out. Now Ken, we're going to see maybe he slips into that more Wrath-esque style when he says, I need to close out this win, and while I have my 30%, which he tried to get game one and is about what he got now, obviously disregarding that and going into more damage here, but it seems like it would almost behoove him to play that step away game because there's only so far that Villager's projectiles will work.
Okay, Wrath rolling onto the stage. I know Renai's been trying to condition Ken with a lot of these forward smashes off stage to force Ken to roll onto the stage so he can get a kill from like a possible fireworks up smash or even an axe cut if he has a tree planted.
I mean, not only that, the stick is going to be very dangerous now. He can kill with up tilt at these percents.
That's the tick grab I was talking about. He actually used the Lloyd rocket to apply shield pressure against Ken. Managed to land the net. Here comes a forward smash. Ken avoiding near death by trying to use the up B underneath the stage.
Ken is 2 for 2 right now, threading that needle every time, getting past this, and he is continuing to just extend this lead. We're going to see most likely the forward throw here, but that's not going to kill. Villager's back throw is the powerful one, and he avoids the tree too.
That was such a great setup coming from Renai. He cut the tree off to send it down towards Ken, forcing him to air dodge and try to go down with a down air to punish said air dodge that he forced against Ken. That's the traps that we love to see. But now, Renai's at 87%. Ken still on his 2 stocks with 168%, but it doesn't matter. Lands the up smash.
Baby.
What? Sonic's using up smash in 2017, actually working out. Ken's the only one that I see use up smash with Sonic the Hedgehog and actually connect a kill.
That killed sub 90% too.
Max rage.
That has got to be demoralizing for Renai, who played even more of his game from game one, but it just completely backfired. Both of these players giving themselves a thumbs up. Renai is going to have to pull down deep to prevent this 3-0 right now.
We're jumping back into the hot seat. Renai finally committing to the battlefield counterpick that he did in the prior set they played.
And this is the first time Renai has faced an elimination game this tournament so far. So it's very important to realize that sometimes you have to really prepare yourself for that mindset. You're not just ready to go into a game 5 or a game 3 scenario right away.
Ken just actually landed a spring jump against Renai, forcing Renai to go up with him, getting that up air. That's a little bit of a trick that Sonic's like to go for. And because it was so weird because the spring stayed on the ground in the center of the stage, that was so weird.
And yeah, it looked embedded into the stage too.
I think it was part of the scenery. Oh, ooh. Connecting all these back airs. This is the Ken we all know and love. Connecting all those attacks.
Oh, Goldilocks in the 3 bears right now, man. That's the 3rd one in a row.
He's starting to
much
feel himself.
Damage.
This is the Ken that I wanted to see, because Ken's been a little bit too afraid to commit to a lot of attacks, but you know what? His strategy is working against Renai. He's up 2-0, but now he's being slightly more aggressive.
And it's so great to finally see him and all these other Japanese players out here. It's really a test of their own mettle because they play against their countrymen so often, but to go against the world here when you get to come to CEO, when you have Europe and all of North America come down to Florida, it's such a fantastic opportunity. And he's making the most of it right now, looking like he has punched his ticket into top 8.
Ken getting that pivot grab from a mile away, looking like a Bowser pivot grab with that range. Renai trying to apply a little pressure with that forward air in order to try to give him a little bit of a relief to get back onto the stage. But Ken is dancing, narrowly avoids the bowling ball.
That's the benefit about that, though. He drops that bowling ball and is immediately able to put up that shield and avoid the response.
Ken is really hungry for a forward smash currently. He has yet to land it, but something that's in his mind, Renai is starting to adapt to it. He knows he's fishing.
Runs up and does it. Oh, and the perfect shield still.
He avoided the pummel by using a forward smash after it. But he just held a little bit too long because he could have made that connect through the jab if you let it rip just a tad sooner.
And And this is probably the closest we have seen the first stock so far. And as I say that, another beautiful pivot grab. That's not going to kill, though. Battlefield much too large to guarantee anything just yet. He just does it again.
That was a smart setup coming from Kenny. Goes for a short hop back air, catching the jump off of Renai, forcing him to air dodge into the ground so he can get a free grab. He actually went through the balloons with that up air. Ken playing out of his mind. He has Renai at 150%.
We saw him go for another pivot grab there. If he's able to backflip towards the sledge now, it will guarantee him this stock. And we're looking at almost a 3-minute mark, and neither players have shed a drop of blood yet.
Trying to connect that up tilt.
Oh,
saw the throw coming. Rosalina, he saw it coming. Went for the spot dodge. Placed the spring on the top platform in case Renai was not paying attention and spawns right onto it to waste his invincibility.
Yeah, it's so important to come down with those iframes and take as much advantage of them as possible. Renai unable to do that, not putting any percent on Ken while he's at 0. And Ken already tacking on a fresh 20.
You got that grab into a back throw. This is one of Renai's traps. You know, even though he doesn't land the bowling ball off stage against his opponent, he's still placing it down there, so his opponent has to respect it and maneuver in a way. It's to manipulate his opponent to move onto the stage, so it forces away one of his options. He has to either roll onto the stage or use normal get up.
Absolutely.
And Renai has a 50-50 chance of catching it with an up smash or an up tilt.
It forces a moment of threat management.
Right there.
You have to realize what I can do and how I can safely avoid that. And that was the first time we saw Renai really take advantage of that. Ken went high to avoid the bowling ball, and Renai was ready with the triple turnip that sent him skyward.
Okay, Renai's doing a lot of jumps, not committing to anything. Ken's chilling back, going for the shield cancels because it's all the wood rocket coming in. Renai looking for a roll. If Ken would have rolled left, Renai would have had the correct read.
He's trying so hard to establish a presence right now. I feel like it's been so long since Renai's even had a lead. It was so brief at the beginning of game 2, but this has been all Ken all the time right now. Good roll through again and gets the triple jab. 65 to 30 or 63 to 35 right now with 1:45, closing in on 100 seconds left on possibly Renai's winner's run.
He's hungry for it. Applying pressure with that back air. Renai at 63%. Starts attacking a little bit of damage. This could be his first opportunity to try to steal advantage away from Ken. But just like that, he falls off stage. And it gives away stage control to Ken.
Yeah, once again, we see Ken lurking from center stage, going for that pivot grab once again, just running past Villager, assuming that Renai is going to put out a hitbox to try and add on these percents, looking at 70 seconds now. 23% separate him, and Renai's going to have to get 3 or 4 hits at least. Oh my god, as I say that, I've been proven wrong. A Nair into a Lloyd Rocket gives him the lead.
Only by a mere 5% with 60 seconds left. This is Renai's chance to zone Ken as hard as he can. I don't think his game plan is going to be changing too much, though. He's going to be kind of committing to the same tactics. They're both neck and neck here with 50 seconds left on the clock. Trying to catch that shield with an up tilt, hoping that he was going to let go of it. Renai using the wall jump in order to try to tack on an up air right afterwards.
What a low committal option there from Ken, too, standing directly underneath the shield, knowing that unless Renai shield drops Nairs afterwards, there's nothing he can do about it, so just barely trying to tiptoe below him. But 6%.
Hits him with the neutral air, getting the stage spike. Ken falling down to the bottom. Blast him. Renai putting a point on the board finally.
He's not done yet. The final nail has not been set. Renai is working his way now, trying to make sure that this goes to a pivotal game 5. But he has to go through 2 of Ken's counter picks first to do it.
The stage shall be Town and City, Ken is thinking about. This will be a great counter pick for Ken. It allows him to a lot of mobility onto the stage, kind of turns into FD for momentarily when the platforms go away, and as well as a low ceiling. So in case he gets a grab, up throw, up air could be a connection that you get at a sneaky percent. And also, he did catch him with the spring jump.
Unlike on Battlefield, these pivotal moving platforms on the side there will allow him to recover high as well and then spin dash off, opening up so many avenues into neutral for him. Well, good low nair. Oh my god. That was trying to add so much damage so early.
That was almost the scariest start to a game I've ever seen. He like threw him off stage, dropped a bowling ball, hoping that it would hit Ken. But Ken kind of air dodged a little too soon.
It's kind of like when you see a Falcon just immediately rush in, forward throw, and go for the dare off stage. Just your heart stops momentarily because you don't know what's going to happen next.
It's the player trying to establish momentum early on. They wanted to just steal it before the other opponent can even start to get set up. The thing is, Renai is playing Villager. Villager's a zoner. Meanwhile, you got Ken playing Sonic, who is a zone breaker. Their counters, like he's meant to just break through all the zones that Renai's trying to set up, which is why he's playing so aggressive. He has him at a very bad spot. Renai narrowly avoiding, actually playing Balloon Trip down there.
And it's such a great use of Villager's recovery there. It's one of the best recoveries in the game because you can go so low and stall for so long. And even if he wanted to, he could traverse underneath Town and City. Go to the other side of the stage, which Sonic would have the speed to do, but he's not going to be off stage and in danger anymore. Such patient play, both characters. We see Ken stepping back and forth from center into that third, and Renai just short hopping casually, whether or not he's going to throw at that slingshot.
And Ken actually connecting an up throw into an up air, which I previously stated, if he was at maybe 20 more percent, that probably would have worked. He's going for it again, opts to go for the forward air instead because he knows that's actually going to combo. Good awareness of Ken, knowing his percents and rage meters.
See the Lloyd Rocket to cover that stand-up there. Renai now actually completely just dominates and walks his way into center, but immediately forgoes it and starts popping these slingshots from the ledge again.
Ken opting to roll onto the stage. Renai once again forcing a ledge option from Ken when he drops that bowling ball. Pivot grabbing him all the way to the edge of the stage. He's looking for that back air finish, but Renai responds in kind with a down air, trying to get that trump as well. Ken in a sticky situation. Renai continues the onslaught to the top of the stage until the spring interrupts the entire advantage that Renai had.
And that's such a tough break there. Renai got the single turnip. Single and double turnips are both 30% chances. Triple turnip is a 40% chance. You have a better chance of getting that game-changing spike that would have given him a massive lead in this game, which has been so pivotal. You look at how these percents have swapped back and forth, and that's really been the story we've seen in the first 3 games. No one has really established a wide margin of victory. And even now, oh my God! Ken is a madman. I want this man to go buy me lotto tickets right now. He saw the future, Austin. I wish you could see this man right now. He is awestruck, dumbstruck, impossible to say anything after the hardest of reads from Ken.
Renai, I feel like Ken was been conditioning Renai this entire set because Renai's not the first time Renai has just run past Ken, expecting him to roll behind him and get a free grab. And that was the first time Ken finally, you know what? You're just going to go for the grab right behind me? Here's an F smash. Here you are, sir. The greatest bait of all time.
I mean, we saw throughout Game 3, especially where Ken would simply hold shield and Renai would walk through and then walk through again and then walk through again, and he just wasn't having any more. That back throw!
Renai finally connecting the bait from the bowling ball into a grab, into a back throw, catches him landing onto that platform. Ken had a 50-50 chance of am I going to land onto the stage or onto the platform, and Renai guessed correctly. The last stock of game number 4 is commencing with 2.5 minutes left on the clock.
And for games that have gone down to the wire, these have been absolute thrillers from pillar to post. Oh, and the jabs evens it up now, and Renai takes the lead again. 2 minutes now.
Renai slowing the pace a little with those jabs because they want to be able to connect to be mashed A. Oh, hits him with the down air, forcing Ken back onto the stage. He's going to lead with a Lloyd Rocket, trying to get that grab afterwards. If Ken would have shielded, that grab would have connected. So Ken opted to just get hit by the explosion instead. It depends on how close Renai is towards the Lloyd Rocket.
Yeah, you really have to weigh your options because Villager will have follow-ups out of these low percent grabs here, or at least point the mid-percent grabs.
And I love, sorry,
go ahead. You have to realize that, like, I'm going to take probably only 10%, but if he gets this grab, he's going to continue in advantage state, whereas I can jump away after the explosion.
Another dashing back and forth. Renai keeping Ken at bay with a bunch of slingshots. This is with the second neutral air. He's out of jumps. This could be Renai's opportunity. Again, he's out of jumps. Manages to land back down onto the ground with that neutral air instead. Resetting back to neutral. This could be Ken's opportunity. Misses it.
And every second we get closer to Renai forcing a game 5. We're looking at 70 seconds left and now a full 50% lead.
And he is camping the edge of the stage. He realizes what's going on. Gonna hold on to that ledge just like John Numbers was onto the ledge with Wii Fit.
And it's so crazy because both of these characters play this so well. You can see either player really being in this advantage state or this disadvantage state. And Ken betting it all on that downer. Somehow the up tilt not connecting as he stands up, though.
I feel like a lot of players like to go for some risky options off stage when they're at this deficit with less on the clock because they need a kill to connect sometime soon. Ken's going to continue to go for those down airs over and over. That Trump forcing Renai to get back down onto the stage using an up air instead. 30 seconds on the clock. He has an axe in hand.
Yes, this 50% lead has gone nowhere. We're going to possibly see the forward throw. No follow-ups aerially. He's going to stay on ground and get the forward smash!
But Ken running up to the edge of the stage, throwing out a forward smash with all of his might. He said, ready, go! Hits him, sends him off to the blast zone. Ken takes the victory over Renai 3-1.
That was incredible because even as he did it, he hit that forward throw, and it was a little bit of a curious moment. You're like, why is he not following up with an aerial? He's got to add this damage. And Renai thinking the same thing is like, fine, I'm going to come down to this ledge safely. Boom!
Just threw it out. Caught him on the ledge of the stage, Rosalina.
It's unbelievable. That's twice in that own game where Ken closed it out with just an exclamation point of a forward smash.
And that's the kind of things you need to do for a set ender. When you don't go for an option that much and the set starts to end, you can go for everything because there's nothing that could have been like conditioned for you to go for the set move.
Absolutely. You know, and the entire time we only saw so many, even though that really tends to be Ken's trademark. That well, it's not going to be a two from that position, but the F smash on ledge is really just how he has ended countless sets against countless top players. And despite that, it still works. It still is a precision machine that he has now used to force his way into top 8. Our first qualifier will be Ken.
Ken actually going into the ring tomorrow. I believe that starts at 10 a.m. Central or Eastern.
Bright
and early. Bright and early for you guys. There's going to be a lot of hype. I'm really curious what Ken's theme song is going to be.
Yeah, no,
I know like the Japanese players likes to have like anime songs.
Of course, of course. I really want to see what all of these players are going to come out to because there's so many different possibilities. Because next up we have ZeRo versus Zenodo. What will Zenodo come out to? What will ZeRo come out to? After that, Larry versus MK Leo. What will we see there? What kind of showmanship, cinematics will we see? Well, we're going to see Nairo and Salem. What will Salem come out to? Salem, the stone-faced killer of a Bayonetta.
The demon himself. And we see Zenodo just putting a arm around ZeRo. I don't know what they're talking about. They're bros because they both play Diddy Kong. A lot of players become friends because they just play the same character. You know, there's a common ground to talk about. They already have something they can discuss.
There's definitely character camaraderie for sure. You see so many times sharing tips and tricks, but unfortunately you have moments like this where you then must turn your tools against one another, slaying your fellow man. And we're going to see this here. This has not been a favorable matchup for
Not
Zenodo.
at all, Broselina. You mentioned slaying your fellow man. ZeRo has slayed Zenodo a total of 5 times since 2016. January 1st. He's slayed him Midwest Mayhem 8 twice, destroyed him at Zero Saga, obliterated him at Endgame, and decimated him at 2 GGT Mexico Saga. Zenodo, Evil Genius Zenodo, is actually the evil genius today. If ZeRo was the good guy and Zenodo was the bad guy, good guys win every single time. Will Zenodo triumph?
He's going to need a master plan for sure, because I remember sitting at home watching Midwest Mayhem 8 saying, maybe this will be the time, and I saw one of the fastest 6-0s in Smash 4 history. And he's going to have to pull off something so different, so unexpected for ZeRo, because it's so hard to fight off. Like, Zenodo is clearly understood as the second best Diddy in the world, but he's unfortunately playing against the best. And to play against the best, you have to up your game. And Zenodo, what a place to do it. With a spot in the ring on the line. All of Midwest watching, cheering him on right now. Facing what has been, by and far, his bracket demon.
But let's be fair, Zenodo hasn't been playing the best of his ability in recent tournaments. He's been getting knocked out a lot. The one thing I remember the most was Combo Breaker when he got knocked out by 2 New York City players, Kill Sage and Dill. Then he fought against another New York player today, Mr. E, and triumphed over Mr. E. So he got rid of that New York curse by beating the Marth extraordinaire.
We see right now already racking on 50%, but ZeRo's going to get that grab and start the vortex of his own.
Got the color contrasts on deck, purple versus yellow.
We see Zenodo trying to pull a banana, but that banana's going to be stuck on that ledge there no longer, but he's not going to have the time. It takes about 40 frames for Diddy to get that banana out, so you have to do it safely or risk an extremely hard punish from your opponent. this is a dead even game right now.
I mean, they're both just kind of throwing banana peels at each other, trying to find that opportunity to get the spawn. Every single time that one of them is going to throw each other off stage, that's a perfect opportunity to use that down B to spawn the peel.
Something to watch out for very often is when their opponent is playing around in another shield. You're going to see a lot of back air out of shield. That rising back air allows Diddy Kong to do so much so quickly.
ZeRo trying to hope that ZeNoto was going to use the jump ledge a little quicker. The balloon actually getting rid of the banana peel. That could have been an opportunity for ZeNoto to make an approach, and ZeRo immediately went for the down B the second time. And now they're at pretty close percents, 88 to 83.
Yes, both of these players, neither one of them wanting to make a mistake, but we're looking like Brawl here for a moment. ZeNoto getting both bananas.
Using the rock barrel boost to get back down onto the stage. ZeNoto saw an opening, started dashing, but ZeRo snuffed it out with a down tilt.
Oh, that was a very unfortunate dash attack there from ZeNoto. You have to assume that was a missed input because there's just no point of throwing that cartwheel out at these percents. He's going to try and focus on that down tilt that we see right there. Either player trying so hard to get that initial clap and just gets the up smash off the air dodge, follows him all the way down. ZeNoto striking first against ZeRo.
But ZeRo's not going to let up just now. He has him off stage. He's out of double jumps. This could be ZeRo's opportunity. He has no choice but to go for the up B to grab onto that ledge. Finds an opening with the monkey flip kick, pushing ZeRo away. Runs in. That was such a nice bait from ZeNoto. He just walked away from the down tilt because ZeRo's obviously going to be fishing for the down tilt. It's one of his quickest options he can throw onto the stage for that to connect into an up smash.
Yes, and ZeRo has to be very careful. He is getting very close to the percents, but that's not going to work anymore. He's going to have to alter up his gameplay. You're going to want to hit those confirms in the windows you can. You don't want to have to try and change your game plan mid-set. And then a dash attack of his own, but ZeNoto claps him off stage.
And I love the patience from ZeNoto. He knew that ZeRo was going to roll into the stage in order to try to get away from ZeNoto's attacks. Wait for the roll animation to finish before throwing out a down tilt of his own. And now he has ZeRo at 67% on his second stock. ZeRo struggling to close out this first one.
Yes, at this point we're going to see a back throw, a forward throw on ledge, potentially an up air there, an up tilt as well. ZeRo closing out that stock, but damage has been done. The armor has been dented. Can ZeNoto finish this off?
And you know, ZeNoto's last great performance was actually CEO 2016, where he got second place, only losing to Anti's Cloud at the end. So you know ZeNoto's fiending for that championship belt. His opponent, his rival, Anti, no longer in bracket. ZeRo's the only one standing in his way from a top 8 winner's side spot.
Looking at 98% right now, but almost no rage on ZeNoto right now. So the down tilt is not going to work quite yet. Either player trying to find that one opening and neutral they need to just really start these strings off. ZeRo with his patented ledge pressure right now, but ZeNoto does make it back to center. Spot dodge the monkey flip. ZeRo does not actually ledge cancel it this time.
Okay, ZeRo finds a way in with that monkey flip, going for the command grab, knowing that ZeNoto is going to hold onto a shield button. Throwing that shield for a little bit of pressure. ZeRo just picking the peel right back up, throwing 2 panel peels towards his way. And now that stage pressure coming in strong. ZeNoto opens him up with the down tilt, connects the up smash, but the DI coming from ZeRo, forcing him to live another day. 135%. ZeNoto can close this out if he lands one more down tilt, one more banana peel throw into up smash.
That beautiful cancel there allows ZeRo to just fall onto the ledge there, just barely avoiding danger. ZeNoto turned around and looked him dead in the eye. We saw the up tilt there that could have potentially done it, but ZeRo gets the grab and forces the offstage situation.
They were having a spot dodge war, but now ZeRo getting a grab, up throwing ZeNoto towards the top, trying to connect that up smash. ZeNoto responding in kind with a back air. He's at too high a percent for that down tilt to up smash to work. He has ZeRo off stage. He's forcing him back onto Smashville. ZeNoto's walking away. He goes back and picks up his banana peel, his respective one.
And how often have we seen this situation reversed? ZeRo sitting at the highest or the lowest of percents here, just waiting for a mistake to be made to capitalize. But ZeNoto now trying to push this. ZeRo's one down tilt away, but he misses the back air, but he gets the second one.
ZeNoto still living at 122%. ZeRo at 173.
But he hits the
barrel.
But
he actually went to the blast zone. ZeRo taking away game number 1.
And just like you said, CEO last year, ZeNoto had the same problem. The barrels were knocked away, and he was sucked into the blast zone, losing a pivotal game. ZeRo smiling but nervous right now. Pierce standing over, a concerned parent, making sure that his protege stays focused.
And speaking of Pierce, you know if ZeNoto won that game 1, ZeRo would immediately called for a coach for Pierce to, hey, tell me what I'm doing wrong. Why am I not winning against ZeNoto? This guy I've beaten 5-0. Like it's over. Why is this happening? But ZeRo clutched it out, took away game 1, and now ZeNoto has a little bit of a hill to climb.
you have to wonder. These are top players, but they still face the mental battle. What does that do to a player? What does having victory stolen from you in the last possible seconds do to your psyche, your advancement, your mentality for the next game? We look at right now, it's a complete reverse of game one. ZeRo all over ZeNoto, already doing 62% in under 30 seconds.
All that steam that ZeNoto had carrying into game one has been destroyed by ZeRo. ZeRo just took all the coal away from him, putting 93% onto ZeNoto, tagging him onto the platform on Smashville.
We briefly have those palindromic percents, 93 to 39, 48 now. ZeNoto getting that down to a ledge, so important, forcing this ledge pressure that is so pivotal to key Diddy Kong play.
ZeNoto's running back. Throwing that banana peel, goes in for the grab.
Oh, and he's got the brawl set up now. Both bananas in possession. Good jump over the monkey flip. He's well aware. Both players know their tools so well. He is in that position. He's going to go for the edge cancel monkey flip. ZeNoto jumps over it and throws out a fair to punish it. And just like that, we have a practically even game.
ZeNoto trying to connect that down tilt. He's taking momentum little by little away from ZeRo, but ZeRo responds in kind with a down tilt into up smash. ZeNoto, knowing the DI of his counterpart Diddy Kong, knows exactly how to DI said move.
I mean, it wasn't that long ago that we saw ZeNoto put out a cram school video on Diddy Kong. It's one thing to know what your character does. It's another thing to fully write out and script and think out what one character can do to another in a matchup.
And ZeRo actually spawned a banana peel onto that platform, killing him with a forward air. Doesn't even matter. Picks it up regardless. My word. ZeNoto's ducking away from ZeRo. ZeRo's just kind of dashing on that platform, throwing the banana peel against his shield. He knows ZeNoto's looking to close out that stock before ZeRo can rack on any more damage.
I feel like that's one of the most difficult things when you're fighting against a player like ZeRo, is you have to get that initial stock. You have to then tack on that damage to try and build your advantage, because a player like ZeRo will take one opportunity and take it further than anyone else can. Even right now, we're looking at almost the 3-minute mark. ZeRo sitting at only 135 and is in firm control. Look at this stage presence right now. ZeRo gives it up ever so briefly, and ZeNoto getting the up air, but he can't follow up. Goes for the barrels and gets the raw back air to close it out. Sitting at Super Saiyan %. Will he be able to finish this off, or will ZeRo go up 2-0?
And ZeRo doing a fine job of just stuffing out all these monkey flips as ZeRo's throwing towards him. Both monkeys have the banana peels in hand. ZeNoto at an advantage until ZeRo lands a command grab off of the monkey flip. They're playing hot potato with that banana peel.
It's really one of the craziest things, because think about how much stage control the banana allows you. Now suddenly you have two. Which one is mine? Is this one in my possession? Do I have both of them? What can I do with both of them? And even now, ZeNoto trying so hard, almost evening this back up, only 50% separating. But we saw the double toss into the up smash. Oh, I love it when Brawl is in Smash 4.
Team solo mid ZeRo once again using the double banana peel throw against ZeNoto, connecting that into a kill. ZeNoto down 2-0, and this is kind of reminiscent of how the sets usually go between ZeRo and ZeNoto score-wise. Play-wise, these games are been super close.
Yeah, it's the unfortunate fact that ZeRo really has that snowball factor. He'll start it going downhill, and there's just so little you can do to fight against it. We see Town and City now is going to be possibly ZeNoto's final resting place in Winners Finals. Will this counter pick pay off when you have a character standing across from you, a mirror image, getting the same benefits that you do, getting the same deficits that you do?
Okay, Evil Genius's ZeNoto already landing his first hit with that forward air, but ZeRo just completely pushing him back. They're just throwing forward airs at each other, pushing each other left to the right. ZeNoto finding an opportunity with that grab. But can he count on it? They're both doing the stare down. Peel in hand.
Ooh, good high back air there. Goes for the rising forward air to try to knock ZeRo out of the monkey flip and put him in a dangerous situation.
And ZeRo was actually at a jump set before he committed to that up special, which is why he did it right away, hoping that ZeNoto didn't realize that he was, in fact, out of resources beyond that.
Good double spot charge there, letting ZeRo go through him and pushing himself into the corner. ZeNoto trying to fight his way out now.
ZeRo doing a monkey flip through Zenodo off stage, but ZeRo just uses a normal get up ledge option, catches the back air off the monkey flip, giving Zenodo a wide open opportunity to get back onto the stage. But ZeRo immediately responds in kind, running exactly to the edge of the stage and pushing him off again.
These quick little stutter steps from Zenodo, trying to get the perfect position possible to try to finish it out. Oh my gosh, the no end lag on that fair allows ZeRo to come off ledge and immediately put up shield, defending himself against the down tilt, but we see the in unison there, the trips, but still no stock lost.
Zenodo realizing that ZeRo's going to get back to the stage pretty scot-free, opts to go for a spawn banana peel instead, goes for the double banana peel throw, hoping that ZeRo was going to roll in so he could connect that down smash, but ZeRo hits him with the down tilt, hits him with an up smash, the 1, 2, 3, up to the trees.
You don't have a lead against ZeRo until you close out the stock. Zenodo sat there for pretty much the entire game with a 40% buffer, and it just didn't matter to ZeRo. He knew that if he got the down tilt at the precise moment and at the precise percent, he is going to regain the lead and now sit with full rage.
Zenodo's momentum has been diminished. ZeRo is just continuing this onslaught. The second he closes at the first stock, he runs with it because he knows that his opponent is hungry for a kill. Zenodo actually going for the double air dodge, suiciding. You know his momentum just ran out at the worst possible moment. ZeRo closing out that set with a 3-0 victory. Team Solo Mid will move on to winner semis to fight against Ken.
And it was only last week at Nairo Saga that we saw those two combatants face off. We should be really looking forward to a fantastic set tomorrow. But it's so frustrating for Zenodo to once again have really a lead in all 3 games, but see his momentum falter just like the Barrels did at the end of Game 3 and go down to a 30 and a handshake. He's going to now have to fight his way out, going to have to fight out against, it's not updated, Captain Zack too.
Zack.
And that's no small feat.
Diddy Kong versus Bayonetta. But that's going to be later on tonight. Before that, we're going to jump into MKLeo, Echo Fox / MBG versus Misfits Larry Lurr.
Now Larry has managed to take 1 set so far off of Leo, and that was actually at ZeRo Saga, where he actually reset the bracket. No, did Leo come from losers?
So what happened there is that Larry was in grand finals. MKLeo got sent to losers by Void.
That's right. That's right.
And so we go into grand finals, and MKLeo reset him in grand finals, and then close out the set. And that entire set, I know the deciding factor of that tournament at ZeRo Saga was that missed forward smash on the ledge. That is ingrained into my brain. I was there live watching it. I could not believe my eyes. Larry bet it all on the forward smash, missed it. MKLeo got a tippered forward smash against him, killing him off the side of the stage at like 40–50%.
That's right.
And after that, Larry's momentum was gone. And that was the last time these two have faced off. So you know Larry's looking for a revenge match, a grudge match. Larry's sitting in winner still, though.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's an interesting change of pace, because how often have we seen Larry have to fight his way from losers, having to run in with an upcoming Bayo extraordinaire who uses that extremely good matchup in their favor to force Larry into loser's side. Unfortunately for Larry, to fight off against MKLeo, he's going to have to face one of 2 matchups. He's going to either have to beat MKLeo's Cloud or beat MKLeo's Marth, neither of which is a small feat. MKLeo coming from relative anonymity not that long ago. It wasn't too long ago we were like, when Mr. R first made his first pilgrimage down to Mexico, and we started to hear whispers of this young prodigy, this young up-and-coming superstar, and now arguably the 2nd best player in the world. And we're going to start off with the beautiful Marth. It's, without a doubt, in my opinion, the best Marth in the world facing off against the best Fox.
Hands down, we have a character specialist fighting against each other. Now, Larry actually has taken a set off of MKLeo before at the Rio de Janeiro Esports Games in 2016, but that was a long time ago. That was back in August, I believe, 2016.
Yes, I believe that was the week after one of the super majors that was going on. It has been quite a long time, and
after Super Smash Con, that's what it was.
MKLeo has only gotten better. It's so crazy to think about this young man. He's 15, 16, 17? He's a young man, a prodigy with so much time on his hands. You can see the dancing blade. Oh, but he doesn't go for the downwards 3 into outwards 4.
Yeah, he always likes to delay that 3rd swing in order to try to get that tippered 4th swing. Larry trying to go in with a dash attack to connect that into an up smash, but he just opts to go for an up tilt instead, pushing Leo off stage. Gonna go for the rapid jab to apply some shield pressure. What's gonna happen? I mean, I've seen Larry do this so many times when he just goes for the rapid jab and keeps holding it, hoping that his opponent was gonna mess up or something. But I remember seeing ZeRo versus Larry, that exact same thing happen, and he lost the stock again. ZeRo did the same thing to him. ZeRo just jumped over it, hit him with a down air, and connected it into a back air or something. What
Larry's expecting there, and we saw in an earlier set with Larry today, is the opponent to start charging an attack while facing against Fox.
That was beautiful. Larry just pivot grabbed into an up tilt with all of his might, connect that into an up air. But what just happened? He held down. Why did he hold down? When Fox goes for a Firefox, he holds down to not grab onto the ledge. I guess he was trying to mix up his opponent. He was expecting MKLeo to run onto the ledge in order to get a trump to push him off, and was just going for it all. But he should not even have been down there in the first place.
The worst part about that is I'm almost willing to put money on the fact that that was a reaction from MKLeo. He was setting up that out smash to catch the 2-frame on that Firefox, and instead Larry ended up going high, seeing this charge already happen, and MKLeo then immediately adapting and closing out with that monster tipper.
Yeah, it just made it actually easier for him. Instead of being vulnerable for 2 frames, he was vulnerable for like 372 frames. Throwing out a number, you know, that's a classic setup coming from Larry. He wants to go for the neutral into a footstool in order to connect that into some forward tilt jab locks. I guess they're called forward tilt locks.
And the nice thing about it there is they're going to push him towards the edge, allowing for Larry to possibly set up into that falling forward air into footstool. But right now, MKLeo already putting all this damage. He goes for the extended dancing blade into the tipper, pushing it back off again. And MKLeo is dominating Larry Lurr in this second game.
Larry running out of options, but once again, he spawns back onto the stage, connecting to a lot of these up tilts, but Leo is relentless. He's gotten way better since the last time they met at ZeRo Saga. Leo has won so many sets against top players, has won an additional tournament as of Genesis, but you know, Larry just runs and connects the up smash and is already putting him back at 0%.
Yeah, Larry Lurr only has 42% on him, but we've seen MKLeo turn 42% into a stock so many times. Larry has to play this so carefully because he wants to play this super aggressive style that Fox really allows the player to do. But MKLeo just seems to have all of the answers, all of the counterplay. Takes a step back and shoots the gun just a little bit now, only 12% separating the players. But now MKLeo gets that initial hit, camps backwards with those fares, and finally connects and Mazel to push the advantage.
They're both playing super careful until Larry started to overextend, trying to be a little aggressive, and MKLeo snuffed it out with the Dancing Blade side special.
It's a couple times now that Larry has jumped from ledge, and you know MKLeo has to be taking notice of that. He's got to be very careful because that rising tipper up air is going to be very powerful here on Town and City. Ooh, and just like that, the falling up air into back air, but it's not quite enough. See the down tilt, see another down tilt. Oh, it doesn't get the trifecta, but it gets the F tilt off the jab.
This edge guarding is out of control coming from MKLeo. He caught him with the double up down tilt, hit him with the jab, goes for the up throw because he thought he was at a death percent. This time Larry actually going for the spot dodge since he knows what Leo is going for. He has him at 60%. This could be Larry's opportunity to connect a back air. Goes for the up tilt instead. He is sending MKLeo left and right. Bets it all on that forward air. Nice stack coming from Larry. He's still in this fight. Leo at 81%. Larry Lurr, 157. Leo runs in there, gets the grab, gets the up throw, sends him off. 2-0 lead for Leo.
And that's what's so difficult about that. You saw Larry sitting at 157% when that grab connected. He had to play out of his mind. He had to avoid all of the attacks that Leo was pointing out, and also he had to avoid anything that would put him in a laggy situation, because the second MKLeo even places a hand on him, to the heavens he goes.
I'm going straight back to Town and City. Fox loves the big stage and the small ceilings. Up smash and up airs can connect a little easier and kill a little bit slower percents.
Oh, and these regrabs putting a lot of damage on Larry already. Misses the up tilt there, but 52%. Every single moment from MKLeo is spaced. Everything is measured and scientific.
Every swing that Leo throws out with that falchion is calculated and precise. He knows that Leo's going to be aggressive, going down with the down air, snuffs it out, hits him with the tippered forward swing of the Dancing Blade.
And it's so scary because how many times do we see players picking up Lucina to avoid the risk of getting sour spots with Marks? MKLeo foregoing that completely and swinging for the fences just like that.
Larry barely living that, but now he's off stage with no jumps. Leo capitalizing with all these swings. he messed that up. He thought that Leo was going to go back to recover a little lower, but Leo's still on relentless with these jabs.
So the jab F tilt initially, and then the jab 1-2 there, neither of which allows MK Leo to close out this stock. Larry's going to try and press his advantage here, sitting at full rage. Has to play perfectly right now, and that back air is as close to perfection as possible. Gets the nair, but Leo manages to recover.
Larry overextending as per usual. He likes to go off stage super deep in order to try to catch his opponent, but then he kind of gave up a little bit of stage control when he went for it, and Leo capitalized on that, got back to the stage, got the grab, up through him to his death.
We see MK Leo trying to fight from ledge here for a little bit. Larry
Firefox, he escaped with the upbeat dolphin slash.
SDI out the top?
He SDI'd out of the Firefox, landed back down onto the ground after using his dolphin slash, but Larry, not being phased, still got back down onto the ground and killed Leo.
Oh, and a beautiful sequence there. We see the Lurr backer into the dash tag, into multiple up airs. Larry Lurr with his first lead of this set now, putting on so much damage. The Fox Vortex is on. Just like that, MK Leo answers back with potentially a set ender, but Larry manages to avoid it.
Leo trying to catch Larry with all of these forward airs, but Larry responding with a dash attack, has him off stage. This could be Larry's moment, throwing out a bunch of back airs, hits him with the dash attack, pushing him back off stage. He has him at 108%. One false move from Leo could spell death out of that down air into an up smash on the edge of the stage. Larry finally putting it at a 1-2 deficit. Leo's counterpick.
And having it full faith in it the entire time, no less. We saw that first stock that Leo closed out was because of an unsafe downer where he was grabbed and then up thrown. Larry, full faith that he knew his spacing was correct, his timing was perfect. He hits the downer, he hits the up smash, and we continue this set.
Rosalyn, I couldn't have said it better myself. We're going to go straight to Final Destination. Leo's counterpick. He doesn't want any platforms for Larry to play with, even though Larry does okay with Final Destination.
Yeah, we see multiple Foxes not really being afraid to come here. This is really the third best alternative. They will either go for the low ceiling of Town and City, or they will go for the triplat setup. But if they have to go to FT, they can scrap and fight just as good as anyone else. If you think back to Melee, it's not Falco only Final Destination. It's Fox, and it's still true to this day. Fox can really put up a good fight here. We see that falling down there, a rare defensive option from Larry.
Leo connecting the strings of attacks with a bunch of up airs and forward airs, pushing Larry to the edge of the stage. Stuffs out the side B with just a jab.
You see MK Leo trying to land on the reverse side of Fox's shield. Larry tossing out that fair, adding on a quick chunk of percent here, an establishment lead, and just F smashes the ledge.
Larry might have some momentum to play with against Leo, but just as I say that, Leo closes it out with a dancing blade, delayed third swing into a tippered fourth swing. What he pretty much like invented that move. He's the one that first started doing it consistently. Like I've seen like Mr. E and other marks use the move like Pug West, Mr. E, but the thing is they don't do it as consistently as MK Leo. MK Leo established how precise he is with it.
See MK Leo getting that initial 40% here, just forcing Larry off stage and taking a step back, controlling every inch of Final Destination right now.
Okay, Larry going for the back air out of the down throw, waiting for Larry to get back down to the stage, opts to roll away instead of trying to continue this onslaught of attacks. He was thinking about an up B. He's thinking about it. He's waiting for the right moment, waiting for the right air dodge before committing to a Firefox, the Larry Lurr, if you will.
Yes, and he's even still wary after we saw Game 3. MK Leo having to answer that, but just run up and up smash, and suddenly we have a set, 2-2.
He caught MK Leo swinging with that neutral air, ran up to him as he landed down on the ground with all the landing lag that he had from the move. It's a pretty safe move, but still has some delay to it. Capitalized on it, got the up smash to connect, and takes it to a final game in this set.
Oh, and we see Leo taking a timeout now. I'm wondering if he's going to be speaking to Javi briefly, getting a little bit of outside insight to try and help him capitalize and finish this out. You have to wonder what the momentum swing has done at this point. This is a young man fighting against in a grown man's game. This is, you know, Larry Lurr. How long? Larry Lurr has been playing Smash since before MK Leo was born. Like, he has been in this scene forever. He knows what the tournament and what everything is expected of you. And all of a sudden, now facing a pivotal Game 5, Leo has to dig deep and close this out.
Okay, he's getting all the advice he can get from his brother, Javi. Not his brother, his teammate, Javi. They are, whatever.
Yeah.
His teammate, Javi.
I was like, have I been lied to?
Going into Game 5. Back to Final Destination. Even though it didn't work out too well for Leo, hopefully the tips from Javi will help him out, close out the set, and move on to winners semis. You know you want to be in that top 8 spot in winner's side.
But Larry having something to say about that. 67% in less than 10 seconds.
And Larry didn't even need a coach. When MK Leo called for a coach, no one came up to Larry. Larry didn't need it. He was like, no, I got this. I have all the momentum in my favor. He's back onto the stage, even though Leo tried as desperate as possible to keep him off for as long as he could.
And that is the beautiful, hard-hitting, brawling style of these two players. We talked about how Larry Lurr put 60% on in 10 seconds. 10 seconds later, it's an even game.
Leo's at a, okay, he just used double jump. For a split second, I thought Leo was at a jumps, and I was like worried that Leo was not going to be able to get back to the stage, but Leo getting knocked away by Larry's back air. One stock away from Larry, turning the tides against Leo and tying up their set count since 2016. This could be huge for Larry.
And we see the dash deck there, and that's so pivotal for Fox. It's really that can opener of the toolkit allows him to do so much at these low percents. Oh, and so many up airs.
Just connects them again and again. Leo just constantly getting hit by all of these kicks. He can't get down onto the ground. Leo is controlling this stage. Hits the up smash, sends Leo to the top with a reverse 3-0.
And the crowd erupts for the Titan Larry Lurr. I mean, you said it best. He gets the reverse 3-0 and slays arguably the second best player in the world with all the eyes on him.
Larry Lurr moves on to winner semis to fight the winner of the next set we're about to see. Nairo versus Salem. We saw this last week at Nairo Saga.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Pros and winners want to talk about it. But gosh darn it, I'll talk about it.
It was Nairo's. It was a celebration of everything that Nairo means.
Twitch.tv/NairoMK.
And instead, Salem, the villain, Salem, the beast, ended any part of the party.
The demon came in full force that day, actually getting second place at the tournament.
It was crazy.
Most Valuable Gaming, actually just recently moving to Florida.
Exactly, yeah, living in the Orlando area now, training with M2K, training with so many of the talented players from CFL, knowing everything he can do. He has Nick Riddle here as a training pocket for the ZSS matchup, and he seemed extremely proficient. When we got to that Game 3, Salem did not even leave a moment alive where someone thought that Nairo had a chance to bring back a 3-0. He convincingly sent Nairo out of the tournament and continued his destructive march through losers. Will Nairo get his revenge here, getting the home state kill, trying to take back everything that happened just last week, fresh in his mind?
Well, Brosalina, if the set count says anything, the answer is probably going to be yes. Salem has a 5-2 victory over Nairo since 2016.
And it's kind of incredible because it's just now recently that Salem has really popped back up in Smash 4.
He's been kind of hiding ever since right before UGC. UGC was like his first performance where Salem just started to go downhill until like last week when he just came out of nowhere, got second place, and he's taking away Nairo from his own saga.
He started that so early. He hit the down tilt and immediately went for the fares. Nairo jumping out saying, "You're not doing this to me again. You're not going to do this 10 seconds in. I refuse to let this happen to me."
It was actually a 3-0 victory as well last week. That was what the crazy part was. Nairo was at his own saga, losers semis, but Salem pushing him off stage, hoping to exhaust all of his resources so he could not make it back to the stage, but Nairo playing ever so smart, using the energy logo that he has to get back onto the stage using double jump.
Oh, and here we see these combos already. 65-40. Nairo taking so much damage.
And these guys, they have a history. They're both from the tri-state area. They're both from New Jersey before Salem moved to Florida.
They're both Apex champions.
Yeah,
like
a New Jersey tournament.
They know each other like the back of their hands. They've fought time and time again.
They've played at countless KTARs, man. They played at KTAR 20, KTAR 19, KTAR 17, Collision 14, all those tournaments, New Jersey tournaments, and Salem has won every single one of them. The only time that Nairo managed to get a win was at Shots Fired 2 in New Jersey, and then the Big House 6 in Michigan. Other than that, Salem is controlling it. Just like the set counts I just told you, Salem is controlling the fight, throwing out a raw forward smash and taking away Nairo's first life.
And that's got to be the worst sensation because you saw Nairo holding shield and then dropped it, trying to counteract that beautiful demon fist coming out from Salem. Oh, and gets the F tilt there, pushing him back off stage.
I like the delayed back air coming from Nairo, hoping that Salem was going to let go of his shield a little quicker. But wait, this could be big for Salem, trying to connect the witch twists.
And just going for those guaranteed percents there. We see the up B from stage, but that's going to be just enough to do it.
Great out of shield option coming from Nairo.
Oh, and the tip of the down tilt leading into even more damage for Salem. 66-0 right now.
You know, Nairo's jamming on that controller every single time he gets caught in these moves because he's trying to SDI as hard as he can to escape certain death from Salem, which is why Salem's not able to connect the hits all the way to the top. Nairo's getting out of them. But we know comeback Nairo. We know Nairo is the comeback king with all of these crazy moves. He likes to bet it all. This could be big. Landing a grab, goes for the up B, but bat within coming in clutch to avoid certain death from Nairo.
And that's the danger. He's going for not guaranteed setups. And bat within is going to allow Salem to escape frame one. If you don't have these links, Bayonetta is going to just absolutely run away from you. But even now, this is still anyone's game. He's going to have to survive this back air in this edge guard situation. Comes back with a fair of his own there, forcing his way back into control, and gets the back air with rage. Nairo with the small fist pump, knowing how much this means. We are less than 7 days removed from seeing Salem completely just run through Nairo.
And that first game was starting to look like it as well until Nairo started to make a comeback, closing it out with a back air. You know, he was thinking about going for a rocket boost kick as well. But regardless, going into game 2, we got the counter pick of the ages coming from MVG Salem, Battlefield.
Oh, and taking him to what is arguably ZSS's second best stage behind the Triplat Brethren Dreamland. This is going to allow so many combos. And if you thought Rage ZSS was scary on Smashville, just you wait until we see something reset. But speaking of something going, here we see Salem coming off the top.
And that was such a smart witch time coming from Salem. He realized that Nairo was going to go for the flip kick, which causes an active hitbox to be there at the time. So Salem can just jump into it, go for a bouncing fish, punishing the whip grab with a forward smash.
Whoa!
That didn't even come out! That move did not come out, but like it landed. He's gone. He's at the bottom of the blast zone. There goes his stock. Nairo is feeling himself.
Somewhere, Shaq is smiling. He saw that, and he felt like he might not even be watching it, but he felt that.
That $1 million smile is coming from Shaq, indeed.
Oh, and he runs through for the grab, but Nairo is avoiding it still on these giant blasts on the battlefield. We almost saw it again.
My heart almost stopped at that.
Oh, and the full length of that ZeRo coming through, saving the day, and Nairo at full rage. This is dangerous. This is dangerous.
He read the air dodge. He read it again, but just couldn't get the correct DI on Salem. He continues this onslaught of up airs, gets a grab, which leads into big damage, into big kills. He has him at the top of the stage. He's back in the middle, though.
The F throw not going to do it, DIing deep into that corner, surviving even longer, now sitting at 172 to Bayonetta 71. This is so dangerous for Salem.
Salem getting a missed tech, so Nairo opts to go for the dash attack instead.
That's going to do it, man. We're looking at an 83% deficit, but Lord knows Bayonetta can make that back in the blink of an eye. Oh, we see the down tilt here. This is how we see the initial damage start. But the up tilt on ledge is going to be enough to do it. The invincible thighs of ZSS coming in clutch there. Trying to get the down tilt.
Yeah, Salem walking a little bit too far away. He was trying to cover both options, whether he rolled to the right or used normal get up with that down tilt.
We see the aerial trade there. Salem shooting off into the blast zone now at 123, going for that like desperation witch time.
That connected? He used a jab into an up special to decimate Salem's last stock of game number 2. Nairo up with a possible 3-0 victory against Salem.
And you see Salem right now. This is not a man that will show emotion, but you clearly seeing that he is deep in thought, deeply perspective right now, trying to figure out what he needs to do differently. We see him step off from his timeout, and up comes Mars, telling Nairo what he can do to further cement his progression to fight against Larry Lurr come tomorrow in top 8.
You know, fellow ZeRo suit mains always got to look out for each other, just trying to let them know this is what you're doing wrong, this is what you're doing right. Just keep at it. The thing is, Nairo has the lead. It was Salem that called for a timeout, so why not receive a little bit of coaching? Nairo feels like he knows what he's doing, but he still respects the opinion of his fellow co-main, Mars.
Especially when you think about the fact that both of those players play the characters so differently. Mars really is just run in your face, hit you with Nair, where Nairo will tend to step back and use that stun gun just a little bit more. So using that outside perspective towards the same character can be so helpful, because now you get to mix up your opponent with something completely different. And so we see Salem now taking him back to game 3. This has been so difficult for him because he's had a very commanding lead in every single game, but then Nairo flips the switch and takes the stock.
Did you see him get that footstool into a down air? Nairo is feeling himself with that flip kick, almost catching Salem with it, but Salem opting to go for the TI to the right to avoid certain doom.
It almost looks at this point that Nairo might as well be home streaming with Gunblade right now. He is 100% comfortable despite the humidity, despite the heat here in Orlando. He is home back in New Jersey right now, performing for the fans.
Nairo is in his element. He is feeling himself. He's going for the paralyzer. That we broadcasted that so far away, yet Salem still fell into it. That's how you know Nairo is inside MVG Salem's head. Try to catch him with the up tilt, but Salem opted to hold on to the neutral air instead to keep the constant barrage of hitboxes. That was so smart of Nairo. He held on to the paralyzer as long as possible. That down smash coming in right out of the jump from Salem. Salem getting a little bit too soon out of the shield.
Oh, and we saw Nairo trying to end it all there with that grab from the top platform. Salem wisely avoiding what could have potentially been the end of his winner's run.
This could be the complete opposite of what we saw last week. Nairo is in his comfort zone. He's not in. This is not loser's Nairo. This is winner's Nairo. Nairo plays at his peak when he's on the winner's side of the bracket. He doesn't stop for no one, not even these up airs, until Salem finally lands a bat within to escape the combos, the ladder, if you will.
Oh, and we see the Bayonetta ladder of his own. Not enough to close it out there. Only getting the Nair, pushing him outwards instead of the up air to push him upwards. 131% on Nairo right now. One grab could potentially end it, but the back air from center stage, enough to do it. And Salem forcing a last stock situation in this game here.
Salem, that was super smart of Salem. He actually went for a short hop back air, expecting a roll from Nairo, got the read, and managed to land the kick. And now Nairo's responding, putting him at 99%, a little bit of advantageous on the stage.
And Salem has to be incredibly careful about his spacing coming up. Bayonetta not without her laggy moves. If he does not land carefully around Nairo's shield, we could see just an up B out of shield, but the up air is coming out now, but it's not enough. A back air now.
The thing is, Nairo, when he has his opponent on his last percent, last stock, the winning game, he's going to go for something nutty. He's going to go for something crazy. He wants to just, like, put the thing he's never used this entire set. You see that? He tried to go for a ZeRo, a reverse ZeRo. I don't know what that was going to lead into, but he always likes to go for something zany. Goes for the whiffed grab.
Wow, he's going to live!
And the Florida crowd chants 2!
Nairo has no respect for Magic Pixels. He is fully aware that despite the fact that this rage puts Salem in a slightly better position, he is going to close this out regardless. We saw him there angling the shield upward, trying to avoid the up B out of shield, but Nairo closes it out 3-0. He does not care about your stats, Austin. He does not care about the advantage Salem has. It is now 5-3, and Nairo is in top 8.
Energy Esports, Nairo, conquering his demon of MVG Salem that he just recently lost to 3-0 last week, responds with a 3-0 victory this tournament.
Going into this, I'm a side bet fiend, if you're not aware.
Okay.
And I would have looked at your stat list, I would have placed my odds based on that, and I would have put a large, unnamed, and thankfully unbet amount of money on Salem. And I would be hurting right now. Luckily, I'm back here with you and not in the crowd.
Good thing you didn't bet.
Because I would have
been gone.
I would have recreated anti-entrance. Just take it. Just take it all.
Just take all of the cash. You know what? Nairo bet it all on himself.
And he
Good stuff.
Paid off in spades. And it was such an incredible display. Every set we've seen so far in this top 16 has been a absolutely winners and grand finals type of set. How many times have we seen ZeRo versus Noto at Midwest Mayhem? We've seen Nairo and Salem at KTAR either 19 or 20. We've seen Larry Lurr and MKLeo at ZeRo Saga. We've seen Renai versus Ken at multiple Japanese tournaments. These are all grand finals type matches, and this is just to make top 8.
This is just winners quarters, but now we have our finalists for the winner side of top 8. And sitting in winner semis, we're going to see Ken versus Team Solo Mid ZeRo, as well as Misfits Larry Lurr versus Energy Esports Nairo.
I look forward to seeing your tweets about this. I want to know how all these players will stack up against each other. but we still have some more players to see advance. We have coming up ZeRo versus Captain Zack, Renai versus Mars, Salem versus Panda Global, MVD. What's rare to see MVD not there and ECM not along with him. ECM not making it this far in the bracket, but MVD carrying on the Panda Global flag. And of course, one that hurts me.
Tell him what it is, Rosalina. Tell him what hurts you, man.
MK Leo versus Dabuz.
Now tell me about Dabuz, Rosalina. Just real quick. Just tell me what your thoughts on Dabuz.
He's really good. He's the master of the puppets. He's the cosmic conqueror. But boy, does he have an MK Leo problem. It's not been a fun time for the Dabuz fan base out there. It's hard to really look into this now. He's capable of doing it. He's capable of beating anyone. But MK Leo is going to cause him trouble. I have hope. I have faith.
But you said wait. You said you're a gambling man, though.
I'm not gambling. No. I'm a gambling man, but
I was like, I got $5.
know the odds.
I got $5.
I know the odds. I've seen, like, you don't even have to pull it up. I know it's not a good time.
Well, the same thing like we just saw. The odds don't mean anything.
Nothing matters.
And I think we're gonna
literally nothing matters.
It doesn't. We're gonna start with ZeRo versus. No, we're not. We're gonna start with Renai versus Mars.
Wow, and Mars making his emphasis now. Recently, just leaving the team Denial. One of the last free agents available, coming for a long time, was a free agent himself, got picked up and is now back on the grind, trying to really show off what his worth is. And you had up recently, we've seen Mars have to pull out the Lucario versus Renai. Renai kind of having Mars's number for the most part. So this is going to be interesting to see. Will we see a reverse fortune? Will we see ZSS's continue to do extremely well today? Or will we see the Japanese villager extraordinaire advance on and guarantee him spot tomorrow?
You mentioned that Mars is one of the last free agents, but Renai himself is also a free agent looking for another sponsor. 2GG helps out whenever he can because they sponsor Komo Rikiri. But sometimes, you know, like he needs an actual team. He's looking for a real team. So if you're watching this, you know, Renai's a fan favorite. A lot of people love Renai.
A fan favorite and almost always a guaranteed spot in top 8, giving you the utmost amount of exposure.
Especially with this breakthrough performance at Genesis 3. That would really put him and Villager himself on the map.
You see both of these players adjusting their Astro headsets. If you want noise-canceling headsets for a tournament, you cannot go wrong with Astro. I use them at Dreamland, those specific ones, while sitting on stage, and you don't hear a thing. You have every opportunity to hear the audible clicks and the audible cues that you desperately need to really find your way about it, especially against the Villager of all characters. Perfect shielding, so important in this matchup.
Yeah, people kind of downplay how important it is to be able to hear the sound and the music of a video game because like there are audio cues that you need to listen to. An example would be like Shulk's Minato arts. Each Minato art has a different sound effect, so if you like hear the right one, you know which one's going to activate.
I actually didn't know that.
Oh yeah, each single one has a different like tone to it.
Really?
That's fun facts.
Exactly. Fun facts with Austin, man.
But we're going to move on to Battlefield for game number 1. Mars versus Renai actually being used by 2GG today. You're going to play underneath that banner.
They do really great work with all the Japanese players, extending their reach out to them. But we do see Battlefield here as an initial pick. This is going to be beneficial for Villager, but I feel like the real advantage here is going to be for ZSS, allowing her so many escape options and so many setups off of these platforms. We're going to see just there, it forgoes the second up air, getting the guaranteed damage, getting the one up air into the up B. We're looking at an 85 to 23% start. An immediate up B out of shield too.
I like how Renai pocketed that Paralyzer. That could be very useful for him later on and kind of catch Mars completely off guard. Just like that, he thought that Mars was going to be a little bit more aggressive and run into the Paralyzer himself. Hits him with the back air, but the large blast zones of Battlefield are going to help Renai live another day.
Oh.
That's one balloon. Can you get another one? He tried to kick it with the up special. Did you see that? He was mere inches away from that second balloon. Doesn't matter. Gets it with another boost kick, and that's going to be Renai's first stock. And this set is starting to play a little bit out of character. Their set count since January 1st of 2016 is 3-0 Renai's favor. Renai's beaten him at 2GGC Civil War 2 months ago, beat him at EVO 2006 and Genesis 3.
Whoa, what happened?
What did happen?
He died. He was down in the blast zone. And suddenly he didn't jump, he didn't flip, he didn't up B, he didn't zare, nothing, just falling to his doom and foregoing any concept of a lead. He was only at 60 or 70% and suddenly it was 0-0 all over again. So that hot start proving irrelevant here. And we see Renai taking advantage, pushing his own lead now. We see the attempt at the Nair flip kick. Renai more than ready. Up air, up B.
Manages to connect it, but Renai's still going to live, sitting at 62%. We see a bunch of flip kicks coming from Mars, trying to catch Renai if he got a little bit overzealous with his recovery.
See Renai opting for center here, fading forward with these back airs. Oh, and Mars so good with that grab, reaching just underneath the Lloyd Rocket and allowing to use that grab to prevent him from taking any damage. But Renai now forcing him outward, and he's dead just like that. Renai the Slayer with that slingshot.
Mars had so much momentum going into this set, obliterating his first stock with very little percent. In the second, he just kind of fell to his death in that first stock. Renai stole the momentum from underneath his feet, like pulling the carpet right underneath him, and takes away the first game. Mars doesn't seem too shook about it. He's like, yeah, that's fine. I'm going to bring this. This is a best 3 of 5. But now we see Renai calling for a timeout.
Yeah, Mars seeming pretty...
Oh, he's not calling. I'm so sorry. He's not calling for a timeout. He's striking a stage. That's my bad.
You see Mars pretty much unfazed at this point, but that's going to be really interesting. Because of the fact that we started on triplats, it shows that Renai is not afraid to go here. So we might even see him counterpick to the stage, allowing potentially Mars to really take advantage of that. Like we saw at the start of this game, we see now Renai leaving Dreamland open. You know, this is widely considered ZSS's best stage, and Renai has no fear of the Bounty Hunter. Oh, gets the initial grab, starts his damage here with these quick back airs.
ZeRo Suit Samus loves Dreamland because it's the same tri-platforms that Battlefield offers, but slightly smaller blast zones, especially when you can kill him off the top of the stage a little quicker. ZeRo Suit's going to be constantly looking for those up air chains into an up special. He actually went through the Lloyd Rocket, but thankfully Villager has such a great recovery. He's able to use his balloon trip to get back onto the stage.
Not only does Villager have a great recovery, but Dreamland has an incredibly low basement, and it allows him to really just set that up. It seemed like he went next to nowhere, but on any other stage that potentially could have been a stock ender. We see now 2% separating these two players, but we saw on Dreamland where we saw the up B kill outwards and upwards. On Dreamland, it's actually just going to push him up before the final hit even connects if he starts high enough, and it's so different now because you don't have to worry about kill percents. You just have to put him into that blast zone. See MR is hopping around now with these back airs, now crawling underneath that Lloyd Rocket, trying to get some semblance of positioning against the traps that Renai has laid for him. It's a little bit of conditioning there from Nairo. We saw him toss out multiple Lloyd Rockets and Mars get grabs in game 1. This time, Mars unable to do so, but the boost kick from center stage not going to be enough, setting up that Lloyd Rocket to get him in position. Mars with all of the tricks, gained a great tech.
What was that offstage pressure? Mars was trying to just jump all over the place using his acrobatics.
Oh, but he forgoes the ledge!
He held down on his up B to avoid the ledge in order to connect that up B. Renai struggling to get back. He's at 131%. Mars looking for a kill. Managed to land the kick, gets the back air, and takes away the first stock again from the Japanese demon Renai.
Renai actually had his Lloyd Rocket used against him there. We saw Mars come in and back air the Lloyd Rocket, extending the hitbox. And we see Renai falling to, or excuse me, blasting off to his death because of it. 125%. Renai can easily close this out, but Mars is going to try and use the speed and agility of ZSS to put on so much more damage and potentially close this out early on Dreamland.
I like that they use that forward air to try to connect Leo, or sorry.
Oh my god, he got the jungle swing too! Renai is so good!
I've seen Renai do that against ZeRo Suit Samus over and over because he realizes that his ZeRo Suit will go for the tether grab on the edge of the stage, which turns into a jungle swing Tarzan and land the bowling ball.
And once again, oh, he got the footstool too. Once again, we saw him actually go out there with that side B and connect, and it's just not, excuse me, that down B, but it's still not enough. This is the grab. Oh, and eats the bowling ball again.
Renai planting the seed on the right side, runs in and gets a grab. He's looking for the air dodge read, hits the down air. Mars has to get back to the stage, uses his double jump, uses his up B to get back onto it, connecting onto the ledge, auto-snapping.
Mars actually getting extremely lucky there, getting the side hitbox of that triple turnip. Renai more than aware that if he had gotten that in the correct spot, he would have finished this game quickly.
Renai continuing the onslaught of the forward airs. Plants the tree. The tree is activated. There's the axe. That's why he planted it. He caught Renai in the ledge jump, swings his axe with all of his might, and he is now going into game 3 with a 2-0 deficit. Mars calling for a strike.
Mars, or excuse me,
timeout.
Yeah. Mars was actually extremely patient towards the end. We saw Renai walk up and water the tree. He waited, and Mars tried to get up attack using the tree to extend the hitbox, where you see Renai jumping over. ZSS, so thin and so leaf in her movement, has only the slightest and the lowest of get up attacks. We see Renai just jump barely over the boots of ZSS and just swing for the fences with that axe, closing out that game. Nairo now coming up and returning the favor to his brother in arms, his fellow ZSS, trying to help him out. And Renai turning to his Japanese and doubles compatriot, turning to Komarakiri, who just simply offers him words of encouragement. You're one win away here. This is your ticket to top 8.
Doesn't want to end it with a 9th place finish.
And that's another player we're amazed to see not actually fighting their way for top 8. Komarakiri upset at CEO. This is what Florida can do to you. You never know who's going to end up in top 8.
Okay, trying to use that neutral air against Renai. Renai's just going for the normal recovery. Spams the down smash in order to try to get him stocked with the paralyzer. Yeah,
trying to actually recreate Brawl there momentarily. That double down smash. But now, once again, we're going back to Dreamland, back to Mars' preferred spot, but Renai has shown no hospitality in Mars' home.
He spawns the Lloyd Rocket, trying to send that towards Renai, Mars. Mars is chilling that ledge, going for the ledge drop into a neutral air and try to combo Renai off stage.
See Mars playing a little bit antsy now. He fell down with that Nair, missed the first grab, and immediately went for a second grab. See the double up air into the up B, but it's not going to be enough. That's going to go to the corner instead of off the top.
Okay, Mars is moving. He got the there, and there's the up special, catching him on the ground. He's at 84%. Both of the starts of the first 2 games, this is exactly how it went. Mars has such an advantage. But then maybe he'll take the stock, and then Renai will come back and take 2 stocks away again. Will it happen, or will he just keep this onslaught going?
That's 3 straight up Bs. He's literally just doing them for damage right now. Oh, and the flip kick from ledge, but it's still not enough. Villager weighing himself down with those pellets, allowing himself to survive once again, where a lesser man would have fallen.
I like that Mars went for a duck there just to try to avoid in case Renai went for a short hop forward air. The slingshot, the pellet would actually just go right above him. That's what we're seeing a lot of crawls. Renai hoping to get the roll read by dropping a bowling ball on his man, but then he just waited patiently, let the bowling ball drop, realized it went into the gutter, so he went for that boost kick finisher.
So we see Mars once again recreate game 1. He has a lead. He has to capitalize on this. There is no sense of where he is going to be mentally. Oh my God! Didn't even finish my sentence! I was going to say he has to capitalize on this lead, but Renai doesn't even give him the opportunity. There's no chance to SC here, because I'm going to hit you with this charged F smash and prevent any semblance of you getting a lead on me.
He dropped the bowling ball and dropped it again.
Point blank. No fear. No fear. The tether started to come out, and he said, goodbye.
Okay, so we're going back to the neutral here and get stock number 2 for both players. Mars is getting the ladder, gets the boost kick, but it's not going to be enough to get him off the edge of the stage. Even though there's smaller blast zones in Battlefield, it's still not enough. He manages to connect that one more time. We see him ducking. Renai getting the tick grab, sending in the Lloyd Rocket to hit, to apply pressure against the shield and getting the grab right afterwards.
And Mars once again foregoing any concept of staling, getting the rocket, or the up B, and then going out so far with the back air. Austin is on his feet right now.
Mars actually went off stage and said, no, I'm not doing this again. I'm not letting you just play with your balloons off stage. I'm not going to allow you to double jump. I'm not going to allow you to air dodge. I'm not going to allow you to do anything. Here's my back air. We're going to a game 4. I'm going to reverse 3-0 you. And that is exactly what Mars is thinking today.
And we see Renai returning to home field, going back to Animal Crossing, going back to Smashville, going home in front of his neighbors, his friends, his family, trying to close out and show out for them right now.
Mayor Renai has returned. Can he defeat Mars once again, or will Mars bring it back? Starting off strong with these Lloyd Rockets and forward airs off stage. Mars trying to go for a down air that would have caught him off stage if he managed to connect that swing.
Ooh, good run through grab there, and it's now getting that quick little damage too. Mars has maintained stage control, but that is irrelevant to a villager. Stage control is a concept that they're not familiar with, allowing themselves to play off the stage so well. And the flip kick, but it's not going to be enough.
Once again, trying to get that flip kick. Hits the first swing of the balloon. Managed to catch Renai landing down onto the ground with the up special.
Has anyone ever told Mars that, like, if you use a move over and over and over again, it gets progressively weaker? Not that it matters, because that up B is still super strong, but it seems like he's just using it for the sake of damage more than anything else.
He's almost using it to send home a message to Renai. It's like, you are just landing in front of me again and again. And that could just be him trying to condition Renai into, if you're going to swing fall on this again, the one time you try to avoid it, I'm going to catch you on the side. They're both falling out of each other's attacks, their kill moves.
Oh, and that was very dangerous there. Mars changing his mind. You saw that jump squat finish and he'd go airborne, but the tree coming at him, causing him to only empty hop instead, wisely avoiding it.
That tree would have killed him. Even at 58% in the middle of the stage, that might have killed him. So it's good stuff for Mars to be able to jump over instead, playing patient that time around.
Oh, doesn't get the nair.
He read the roll, he read the double roll, couldn't connect either hits, and Renai punishes him with a strike.
Yeah, just outside, and again with the up B, but it's going to be fresh because he comes back this time. 0-0 Mars with his back against the wall again.
They're both at their final stocks, using the ZeRo through the tree in order to connect some more attacks against Renai. Renai struggling to get back on stage. Mars finishes him off with a flip kick, but as I say finish, Renai just uses his balloon trip to get back on the stage ever so calmly.
Mars, have we met? I am Villagers Balloons. You may get these low percent flip kicks all you want, but they are irrelevant to me. Oh, but he falls down and uses that frame one jab to avoid any punish from Renai there.
Yeah, a good diffuser of whatever chase Renai was going for. Sometimes it can become difficult to punish someone when they're in the middle of free falling, fast falling. Renai opting to go for the ledge, but Mars, ever being so quick, catches him on the right side. Still applies a little bit of stage pressure against him on this platform, but Renai is chilling.
I know New England is watching with bated breath right now. This is their last hope to advance. This is their last hope to make it into top 8, and I know Mars is using all of their energy to try to close this out, despite the best efforts of Renai.
They're both at 91%. Barely avoiding that up air. They might have killed at that percent. We see him constantly throwing out some more forward airs. Mars running in with a dash attack, just completely breaking the zone that Renai was trying to set up with that Lloyd rocket.
We're seeing a lot of rolls right now from Mars, and that has been his doom many times now against Renai. He has to be careful.
Trying to catch him with the back air. Manages to connect.
And listen to that crowd. The explosion coming from the New England contingency here today. Watching Mars bring it to a pivotal Game 5.
One more game.
And even there, front row, you see that beautiful Shine 2017 shirt. This is what he's carrying now. The hopes and dreams of that entire region right now on his back, trying to get his entrance and his moment in the ring.
Mars has never defeated Renai before. This could be his opportunity with a possible reverse 3-0. We might be seeing a choke in the making coming from Renai.
Our second reverse 3-0 already of top 16. These matches have gone back and forth, and this one started almost to see to break that script, to see Renai do so well, and instead Mars says, I'm not done yet. I will not be shook by this 2-0 lead, and I will fight you till my dying breath. Oh, good there on pressure, but Renai actually forcing him back off stage. Mars getting to the ledge with that up B, holding that down smash as long as possible, but Renai just waits it out. Ooh, the up air into the back air too. The Nair breaking the flip kick. Has to be so careful. That triple turnip is so dangerous down there.
You see the double neutral air coming from Renai, stuffing out both of Mars's jumps.
Up air. Oh, and just goes for the up B after the first one. Renai unable to punish it again. We saw the same scenario play out in Game 4 now. Mars taking advantage of ZSS's aerial movement to fall away from him and rolls through, gets the jab again. 94-64. Mars is not giving up this pressure in this stage control. Renai briefly breaks it there and starts throwing out these pellets instead. But we see Mars is waiting, possibly looking for that up B.
Throwing out so many slingshots until Mars opts to go for the up special, hoping that Renai was going to fall into it. But he uses the platform of Smash Roll to avoid certain doom. Whenever he goes for an up B on the stage, almost got hit by the bowling ball again. That is the Renai try and true, catching ZeRo suits since 2015 with that forward smash.
Renai's going to opt for the other side of the stage. Noping on another, but the Trump back here. Mars one stock away. And the chant starts already, Austin. One more stock. They know this is pivotal. 0-0, game 5.
0-0, love. Mars is back in this game. That plant is planted. Renai looking for that axe. Drops the tree. Oh
my God, he misses the grab, but only gets the axe punish. No tree this time. 24-4.
But if Mars didn't power shield that tree, that may have possibly broken his shield. Maybe.
Oh, and here we go again. Renai having to play from ledge now, but he's forcing his way out with these jabs. Walks into a grab. Mars doing his best, and now taking almost a lead now. 1% separate the combatants. Gets the grab, and again we start it. Up B!
Special, but he's still living at 65%. He's looking for the boost kick. I'm sorry, the flip kick. He wants it off stage so badly to spike Renai into the blast zone. Saying that Lloyd Rocky runs with it to try to get a grab right off of the active hitbox.
Renai has played from ledge this entire game, but Mars is starting to become wise to his escapes. We see the up B from center. That's not going to be able to do it, but he extends his lead now to 60%. Mars well on his way into top 8. Oh, he only gets the first balloon.
Renai planting a tree. It was planted, but he forced Renai into that trap to roll behind him to try to catch him with the axe, but Mars shielded it. He's at 48%. That axe could be deadly near the edge of the stage. Renai applying pressure against this ZeRo suit Samus.
Mars didn't even bother to chase Renai. He sat there and back aired that tree up into the 30% threshold it takes to end it, but the axe is back again. He has to be worried. The axe murder Renai potentially going to be able to close this out. These rolls now from Mars getting so dangerous.
He wants that back air stage spike against him so badly. He's fishing for it again and again. Renai not giving it to him, opting to recover. Building the stage. He connects the back air. The Mars is popping off. The stage is popping off. Everyone's popping off. I'm popping off.
It looks like Mars is almost at the point of tears. Exhaustion from that set, Austin. And congratulations to him. Congratulations to his region. He is not alone. There are almost 10 people from New England. We saw so many people fight so hard throughout this bracket just to see his man succeed, and he is all smiles as he should be.
Someone pick up this player.
Right now, yesterday, the entire Florida crowd, we are all New England right now.
The crowd cheering for Mars right after his victory over Renai, finally putting a set count victory over him, especially in this PGR finale. What a time to do it. What a time to do it.
It doesn't matter that it was 3-0 because at this moment, Mars put a point on the board, and boy, did he ever. Game 1, we saw the SD. We saw potentially could have been the end of the set right there if he had taken a turn for the worst. We've seen Mars get in his own head, and instead he stayed calm, he stayed cool, he stayed collected, and even after going down 2-0, he fought with his back against the wall the entire time.
He did.
And he still managed to persevere with the reverse 3-0.
Mars moving on as our first qualifier for the loser side of top 8, playing against the winner of Zenodo and Captain Zach.
I don't think I can handle this, Austin. I don't think I can handle this. Look at this. The only set that we have seen in a convincing fashion has been ZeRo versus Zenodo. And even those games were each individual moments of who can take advantage of the last possible moment. But this crowd's so loud right now. I'm sure Mars hasn't even been able to walk past the first row of being embraced by every single member of the crowd, whether they are ZSS fans or people that have rode and flown with him to this event today. But here we are.
We still have
Louisiana
3 more sets
versus Midwest.
3 more sets for tonight before we move on to top 8 tomorrow. But as you said, we got Zenodo versus Captain Zach coming up. Evil Geniuses Zenodo putting in a little bit of work today. We saw a set against ZeRo prior where he actually, it was still a 3-0 victory for ZeRo, but Zenodo played out of his mind those first 2 games. He was making it super close against the Diddy Kong.
And I want you to take a quick look at Zach right here. This is normally a man that has an air for the extravagant, an air for just the showmanship. We've seen him walk up in the last set that he played with mask and sleeves on. None of that here today. He is all business for this top 8 qualifier. And he has fought some of the best Diddies in the world. He has all of the experience he could possibly want. Zenodo having Tyroy in his own region, allowing him to practice against what could be one of the more dangerous matchups in this game for Diddy Kong. There's argument now back and forth which of these characters are the best in the game, and it's really going to come down to these next few sets, these next few matches we're going to see throughout this tournament and those coming after it. Oh my God, so far we see a dead even game too. Neither player trying to commit to too much, but we know what Zach can do with an opening.
Yeah, Phoenix 1 Captain Zach can take Bayonetta to his limits. I remember he used to get 4th places all the time prior to this year and in the beginning of this year, getting fourth at one of the most difficult tournaments in the galaxy for Super Smash Bros. 4, 2GGC Civil War.
That's a good problem to have, my friend, because those 4 times he has placed fourth, I believe at least 3 of them were S-tier events.
Wait, can we talk about those double down airs after the witch time? I thought he was trying to connect that into an up smash, possibly. He wasn't at a high enough percent for anything to kill, I guess, so he was trying to go for something extravagant, which is what Captain Zack is.
If there was a word I would use to describe Captain Zack, it would be extravagant. You're absolutely right. This man has a flair for greatness, and I am stunned that it took this long, and congratulations to Phoenix One picking up one of the hottest, if not the most hot free agent on the market in Captain Zack. This man has made himself into money. Goes to the witch time and ledge, gets the down tilt fair though.
Smart patience coming from ZeRo, recognizing that Captain Zack was going to use the normal getup into an immediate witch time. Didn't go for the trigger happy of the down tilt.
Ooh, gets the down tilt of his own. Doesn't get the up air, but he gets the frame trap air dodge into the up B, and he finishes with the up air. So smart from Captain Zack.
But ZeRo responds by getting the grab onto the platform, up throwing him into the top, but barely avoiding the up air. I like that Captain Zack tries to go for that witch time off stage just in case ZeRo got a little bit overzealous and tried to chase after him.
Oh, and these down tilts leading to so much damage now from Captain Zack, tacking on 30% already. And it's so important for the Bayonettas to be able to space that down tilt. It's not 1-1-5 where you could just side B from anywhere and really start something. You have to be careful with how you really start to open up these combos. I wonder if Captain Zack will actually now opt for that ledge play we saw against MVD at a tournament not long ago, where he played from ledge just like this for the entirety of the set. But ZeNoto coming out with the answer that MVD didn't have, the down smash as he sees Captain Zack go above him and completely obliterating that stock.
Everyone always talks about that set where MVD against Captain Zack, where Captain Zack just camped the ledge time and again against the MVD, and MVD could not come up with an answer to thwart it. But right there, we've seen ZeRo thwart that tactic against the likes of Salem, and we just saw ZeNoto thwart it against Captain Zack himself. Diddy Kong has an answer. He can do it. He just needs to get in there and be brave.
We see now a dead heat between these two players. Gets that can opener down tilt and starts it again. Oh, but ZeNoto breaking the string with that fair. Oh, but the same start again. Down tilt, fair, side B, up B. So much damage on Captain Zack.
He's looking for these back airs. But going for a down smash, I guess, just in case. I mean, ZeRo was pretty far away for him to even get a punish on it, so might as well just throw it out there to just, like, throw a statement. But they're both at pretty high percent. We see ZeNoto at 106 with Salem with the advantage.
Oh, and right now, ZeNoto, oh, misses the banana toss. This could be death. And he jumps, waits for the air dodge, and gets the back air.
He has banana in hand, lands it on, and tries to get the up smash, but Captain Zack falls out of it near the top, 133 to 105% with 2 minutes on the clock. Lands another up smash, which he actually did to ZeRo prior. Just throws it out raw because he's expecting a landing from Captain Zack. It takes away the first game.
If at first you don't succeed,
try again.
Exactly. And ZeNoto now showing that he is not going to do that once, but twice against any player he sees. He knows that when you get hit with that up smash, you have a moment where your heart catches in your throat. You know you escaped death and you're trying desperately to get back to the stage. And he says, no, I will close this out and make you now fight in a 1-0 deficit.
We got the heel slide coming from Captain Zack, just trying to attack on small damage with the bullets. You hold on to that button, you can just spam bullets that don't do any flinch damage, but just normal damage. He said, just like right there, that was like 6-7 damage.
And it's important that Captain Zack use that side B sparingly, because it is a very, very laggy move now after the patch. One of the things that they really tried to focus on and fix the most after 1-1-1-5, and it really prevents what used to be a pretty simple neutral tool for all Bayonetta players, and now has to be used as a mix-up tool instead. Ooh, goes for the fair 3 after that.
Captain Zack landing that down tilt, catches the roll, goes for the turnaround grab in order to apply more damage against his foe.
Good ledge cancel there. That's really imperative for all Diddy Kong players to learn. You see him standing at almost perfect center stage there. Flip kicks outwards. If he gets a chance to connect it, great. If he doesn't put himself in any lag and then can go for his next option.
ZeRo runs in right after that hit stun from the peanut pop gun, applying some more damage. He has him at 91%. Again? That was the smartest setup of all time. ZeRo spawned the banana peel, waited for Captain Zack to dash attack towards him, and he just slipped. And he's walking. ZeRo is walking.
This is an old slapstick comedy right now. Falls out of the up smash again. ZeRo having to be frustrated there, but luckily using the monkey flip to come back there, beating out the Nair. That Nair could have put ZeRo in a horrible position. But speaking of horrible positions, oh, that still hurts.
I know ZeRo was trying to escape that combo by going for the fast fall air dodge, but Captain Zack recognized that he was going to fast fell himself, and then caught him with an up air.
Oh, we see him within outside of that first hit of the up smash, but has only put 7% on ZeRo right now. He's going to have to come back from deep in the corner, but ZeRo ready with these ledge traps.
ZeRo playing patient, doesn't want to commit to the banana throw. He's afraid of a witch time, and you know he is.
Especially on the ledge that close. Anything can happen when you see a fresh witch time from that position.
You see Bayonetta's like actually physically push their opponent off to the stage when they connect a witch time for them to land a down smash and kill as early as 30.
Ooh, the up air into the up B.
Nice catch from Captain Zack, recognizing that ZeRo was going to double jump and recover high. Opts to go for the up special instead. He tried to escape the ledge in order to get away from that heel slide.
The side B on the platform actually saving Captain Zack. They're pushing ZeRo back onto the stage, but it doesn't give him the combo that he wanted. That's such an important combo starting tool with these percents. But ZeRo actually falling out, going for the witch time now as Captain Zack. Banana in close range, but he doesn't get the grab off of it.
He wanted that grab so terribly.
Wow, Captain Zack with just the hardest of potential reads there.
And a great punish from ZeRo, going for that monkey flip in order to kick out of the cooldown from the down smash.
Ooh, gets the downward angle side B. We don't see the afterburner kick too often anymore, but it's Captain Zack using it to perfection there.
This could be the pressure Captain Zack's looking for. He has ZeRo off stage at 126 until he just opts to recover high. Captain Zack trying to guess if he's going to go high or low. Guess is low, ZeRo goes high. Guess is high, ZeRo goes low.
And it's these mix-ups that make these top 8 qualifiers so interesting. You never know what your opponent can do, and it's this chess match that we see from not only these players, but anyone else that really makes it or breaks it for these players. ZeRo fighting all the way back now, putting Captain Zack on ledge at just under 100%, while Diddy sits at full rage.
He has the banana peel. He's waiting for him to land. He's playing super patient. He knows if he gets a little bit aggressive, a down B counter could be coming his way.
And Captain Zack!
That was... Okay, so that was... Rosalie, let's talk about that for just a second, because what happened is that ZeRo spawned a banana peel, saw that Captain Zack was going to land on top of it and trip, so he's going to try to get the following punish, but then Captain Zack pulls out a witch time, which even if he did connect it onto the banana peel, activates the witch time regardless. A slip can activate it, but that's not even what activated it. It was the attack, the up tilt, the up smash from ZeRo that caused his demise.
ZeRo felt so confident in that, but Captain Zack was more than ready. Because you're right, he was damned if he did and damned if he did in that scenario. He was going to fall on that banana and witch time it anyways. We're going to see Town and City here. Oh, Captain Zack trying to end it early. Up B from that top spawn platform. Going to come high with the side Bs again. Up B, side B, up B. He's dead off the top. 0 to death. And we see our stream runner sitting in the background, hands in the air, celebrating that just demolition of a first stock. Aussie is beside himself with laughter next to me. My God, what a statement from Phoenix 1, Captain Zack. This is your counter pick? It is my counter pick.
Town and City. The small ceilings, the smallest ceiling in the game on a competitive level. And we see it coming in full fruition.
We see transformations from this stage all the time. The beginning of that match went from Town and City to Town and Pity because we all feel bad for ZeRo after that start. Holy cow. Town and Diddy Kong, exactly. Captain Zack having none of it, handing him his eviction notice, getting rid of that stock immediately. But ZeRo adding on all this damage and only taking brief amounts himself, not trying to let it bother him, almost putting Zack into that teching situation on that moving platform, potentially stretching him off.
ZeRo doesn't seem too phased from that 0 to death kill because he already has Captain Zack. at 119%. Connects the down smash off of the banana peel throw. It is already on the last stock for both characters. It's like the zero death never even happened.
And he put just a little bit of salt into it, a little bit of oomph into it. Oh my God, Captain Zach.
That crap was so close on that top platform.
ZeRo saying, you're not the only one that can play from this platform and cause some really silly things really early. Be careful, young man.
Trying to catch ZeRo's landing on the left side. ZeRo just shields the dash attack, gets the grab, back throws him off stage to apply a little bit of stage pressure, and that's the witch time I was talking about. But ZeRo saw it coming. That was smart of ZeRo,
yeah.
Except it didn't work.
No, because you know he was going to charge it anyways. On the tech!
He wall jumped off of the tech. ZeRo.
Oh, but the back air on the monkey flip and Zach getting the taunt right away. He knew that stock was gone. What an amazing game from both of these players, starting off in devastating fashion for ZeRo, but ZeRo bringing it all the way back regardless, and Zach answering the call.
Captain Zach caused a witch time by using down B on the banana peel slip. ZeRo saw it coming, decided to bait it out instead, so he can go for the spot dodge and hope that the spot dodge would cause him to be invincible for the entire duration. But Captain Zach knew that the smash attack charge would be longer.
Yes, because ZeRo with the right move there, you said the spot dodge will actually stretch its invincibility along because he moves so slow through it, but just how long he held it. We see Battlefield as potentially ZeRo's final resting place. My God, the dare already.
And last year at CEO 2016, ZeRo did get second place, playing out of his mind, but he's on the verge of having a 9th place finish, the same place that ZeRo got last year.
And oh, how the tides have turned. ZeRo last year and having a CEO of nightmares, and now ZeRo having potentially the same fate. Going from what would be considered the #1 contender for this themed event, and instead potentially going down before the King of the Ring even starts.
Now ZeRo's chilling with a banana peel in hand, plays ever so patient, waiting for Captain Zach to make the first move and make the first approach, but he's just going to bide his time by shooting off constant bullets against his opponent. Going for the down air, a good coverage option that covers like a jump ledge, normal get up, or even get up attack. The only way to escape that is to go for the roll.
It's so fascinating watching Captain Zach play. This should be enough to do it.
When Captain Zach feels himself, when he gets momentum, you can tell he's feeling himself because he's taunting right against the spawn platform where ZeRo will come into play. But when he does, he connects so many witch times. He's getting a read on his opponent. He's going to be hitting the down B every single time. You don't see him spamming down B. He only goes for it when he knows it's going to land.
Austin, you're the man with the stats, the man with the plan. You tell me when Captain Zach is not feeling himself, because I've yet to see it. This man is constantly confident. I was going to bring it up during that first dog, that despite the fact that he was down, Captain Zach doesn't play like it. He will sit there and camp you and wait for you to make a mistake and then capitalize it and immediately kill you for it.
ZeRo missing the up smash off of the down tilt. A very trusty kill that he desperately needed. He just runs up and does it. He doesn't even need down tilt.
But he doesn't even die.
It's not enough. If he would have used the down tilt into the up smash, it might have killed. It might have killed, but instead, we see Captain Zach at 163% on his first stock as well.
Oh, the air dodge down, but Zach more than ready for it, getting the grab.
No
and we potentially
way.
go up the top.
No way!
That's it! Captain Zach doesn't even get a chance to taunt, reaches for the handshake and poses for the fans. Potentially, maybe. There it is. Waits for it and gives us the dance. And this is what I'm excited for, Austin. Captain Zach is going to get an entrance at CEO 2017. And boy, we didn't get Anti and his antics from last time, but now we get Captain Zach. Phoenix One is going to provide him with all of the tools necessary to put on a show for us and put on a show for all of you at home. I can't wait.
Wow.
I can't wait.
Wow is the only thing I can say. Wow. Like, Captain Zach literally just stuffed it that last game.
He plays it like the patch never happened. He plays it like the patch didn't exist. You know, we had the 0.9 scenario that occurred at G4-ish, I believe. But Captain Zach plays like it's 115. It doesn't matter to him. He's going to kill you off the top with those and just completely disregard anything that Nintendo has done to prevent this character from just suffocating the gameplay. Incredible stuff.
Captain Zach moving on to Losers 7s to play against Mars tomorrow. We still have 2 more sets for you guys, so don't go anywhere just yet. We still have Salem, Panda Global, I'm sorry, Most Valuable Gaming, Salem versus Panda Global MVD. What am I saying?
Alternate timeline Aussie over
Alternate timeline, the darkest timeline. He's going to be having a match right there. On the other side, we're going to have MK Leo from teams Echo Fox MVG, Most Valuable Gaming, fighting off against the likes of Renegade, Dabuz. Now, we talked about this, Rosalino.
Put your stars in the chat. Put your stars in the chat right now. Because in 2016 to 2017, Dabuz has yet to put a point on the board versus MK Leo. He beat him at Frame Perfect. He beat him at ZeRo Saga, and he beat him in his home country of Mexico for Smash Factor 4. I have Aussie's notes directly in front of me. He has taken a game against the Cloud with his Olimar. He has been obliterated in the Cloud Rosa matchup, and in the Meta Knight, it has been so tough. He has put chinks in the armor of MK Leo, but he has proven strong throughout it. I don't know what he can do differently. He plans for it, and he watches so many Roses play against him, and how well Kirihara does against Cloud, and how well Fallen does against Cloud, but it has proven irrelevant.
He doesn't even need Meta Knight. He doesn't even need Meta Knight.
That's the scary thing. Think about how good of a matchup that is, how much his third pick, what he is named for.
Well, speaking of the Meta Knight, we saw Dabuz conquering his demon prior in this tournament, Tyrant. Tyrant took out Dabuz at 2GGT ZeRo Saga.
Correct.
And that was really tough for Dabuz because it's like this is a tough matchup. Man.
We see the New England hands in the crowd. But yeah, no, we saw Dabuz kind of give Tyrant the hands in that set.
He's like, remember what happened 5 months ago? I'm a new man now. I grinded out that matchup. So even if MK Leo wanted to go Meta Knight, I feel like Dabuz would be handling it no problem. It's his mark. It's his cloud. I'm sorry, not his mark. It's his cloud that he has to worry about.
That is, as a dedicated Rosa main, it is an impressive matchup, Austin. Cloud will dominate neutral. Cloud will destroy Zuma. Cloud will dominate off stage. Cloud doesn't have a reason to force anything else outside of the ledge. You have to put Cloud in a bad situation and take advantage of a player's mistakes. But MK Leo is not going to make those mistakes, as we've seen so far.
Now they're going to opt to go for a hand warmer real quick just to get the honest. That's actually the first hand warmer that we've seen today, or in our block anyways. Of course, Dabuz just wants to make sure that he's on point for all of his inputs. He's been kind of, you want to make sure that his hands are warm. He hasn't played a tournament set for quite some time. He's been waiting here in losers for his opponent, for his time to shine on the stream.
Yes, exactly. He actually ended the dreams of Rido and then stepped away to collect himself. He had to pull off a reverse 3-0 just to make it here, just to get an opportunity to fight MK Leo.
Looks like both combatants are warmed up, raring to go. Winner of this moving on to top 8. Dabuz wants it. MK Leo needs it. Who will triumph and who will fall? Let's move in.
Will we see the champion of Mexico, or will we see the champion of Tri-State overcome here? Will Dabuz overcome one of his bracket demons? This has been one of the difficult things about it. When you look at Dabuz's record overall, he beats the people he's supposed to beat, but when he faces off against the likes of ZeRo or MK Leo or Nairo, it causes him trouble. And he has moments of greatness where he's able to overcome that, and he's going to have to call upon that right now to do it. You see Aussie putting his hands up for the Spear Bomb. I know you all at home are going to try and do it too and try to advance this on, but MK Leo is going to have something to say about that.
So right off the bat, we see Dabuz just stuffing out the down air that MK Leo threw out there with an up tilt. Smart option, since the Clouds are going to be loving to go after down air, since they're a great combo starter in the neutral. Just like that! What a combo that was! Almost destroying Dabuz off stage. I thought he was going to go for it again, a second braver.
It's unbelievable right now. MK Leo looking like a Star Wars character, a star killer right now, murdering Luma at every second he gets. This is something I actually talked to Fallen about, because I was supposed to play Tweak and Fools, and he passed along what Kirihara passed on to him. Rosa has to put Cloud outward horizontally. How often do we see Rosas go for up throw, up air? He says forego that. Go for the forward throw. Go for the back throw. Go for the falling forward air. Go for the backers. Push Cloud outwards. Don't even bother pushing him upwards. Because we see this right now. MK Leo completely suffocating Dabuz on the ledge. Oh, but that falling fair, such a good option for Rosa, but if you shield it, it's very punishable. Survives the dash deck, and so does Luma, but the Nair shooting him to the other side of the stage.
Leo responding with the neutral air right after killing the Luma. He's wide open for a cross slash, but wanted to opt to save the cross slash instead so he can hold on to his limit. And instead, Dabuz pushing him off stage. This could be a big opportunity, but fast falls a little bit too hard.
Yeah, we see that the Nair pushing MKLeo back out. And once again, another Nair pushing him out horizontally, just like I said. Goes for the up tilt there. Rosa will have some answers here. Both up tilt and up smash are invincible on the head, preventing MKLeo from just coming in willy-nilly with these downers. With a Buzz more than ready for him. Down tilts the roll. Down tilt again, pushing MKLeo further off stage.
He's trying to connect that back air. Gets the down air instead, but great tech coming from MKLeo, opting to survive the spike, and actually ends up killing Rosalina and Luma with an up throw.
That feels like that might have been even early, because with Outrage, and Cloud has to wait to almost 200% to kill from that. But it seems like Dabuz shot straight upwards, but he was more than ready, closing out the stock immediately. 0-0, game 1, last stock.
Okay, Dabuz running in, trying to get that grab against Leo. He's fishing for it. They're both fishing for it. They both want to grab. Dabuz catching his landings. Leo out of jumps, forced to fall into both the up tilt and the up smash.
That Nair on ledge is super important. We see the first hit of Luminaire knocking so many characters so far away, and pushing Cloud out that far is imperative to closing out stocks early and preventing limit and preventing rage.
But Leo getting that combo started with that down air into a back air conversion, trying to push him off stage time and again. He has practically full limit. One more hit, and it'll come into fruition. There it is.
On command, and now we see 4% separate these combatants, but MKLeo is arguably in full command of this game.
Just opting instead of trying to attack Dabuz and pressing on his assault, he opts to go for a double dash attack against Luma instead.
And unfortunately, Rosa just doesn't have the ground speed to punish it. That was perfectly safe and the absolute best option, because in the time it took to double dash attack, he was actually able to regain center stage in the process.
And here comes a cross slash. I'm feeling it. This next time Dabuz tries to get back on stage.
Oh,
Ooh.
The jump down air so good in most scenarios. MKLeo sneaks it out, or sniffs it out, and goes for the back air instead. The blade beam, and he's going to DI this. No! Just early enough, the combination of rage and Rosalina's present causing him to die off the corner.
And what an intelligent placement of a projectile that would kill Dabuz, because he saw that he was going to have a little bit of landing lag when he touches the ground. And the blade beam limit break takes away game number 1 from Renegades Dabuz.
So now we see Smashville as Dabuz's first counter pick. It's not super surprising to see this. A lot of the options that we see with his horizontal kill options that Rosa have are going to kill that much sooner on this stage. But he has to be wary, because who can kill horizontally? Cloud. Whether it's the blade beam that we saw, whether it's the cross slash, whether it's a dash attack, an up tilt, a back air. The list goes on and on. Oh my god, he's dead. ZeRo to death, Austie.
That's the second one we've seen in our block. In the top 16.
Oh my lord.
I respect what Dabuz was going for off there. He was trying to apply more pressure against Leo off stage, but Leo saw that he was coming with that forward air to try to eat out his limit. He might as well just burn his limit and get some damage on Dabuz while he's at it.
It's the best kind of trade. Let me see now. Dabuz a full stock behind, 26-41.
All the steam that Leo has going for him, all the coal burning at a very high rate, allowing Leo to just cause all of this damage against Dabuz. But wait just one moment, Dabuz has him in the air. That could have been big for him, but Leo escapes the combos, lands in a cross slash, gets rid of Luma, and Dabuz is now flying solo.
But the problem is, we're looking at this a minute in. If I didn't look at this, I would assume this was still the first stock. But no, MKLeo with a full stock lead right now, Aussie. It's going to be so hard for Dabuz to pull off this upset now. MKLeo is playing so well.
Tries to challenge him with an up air. Dabuz responding with a down. This could be really huge for Dabuz, and he is out of there. What a nice placement of a back air. Dabuz taking away that stock from Leo strongly.
Now, the thought process for most of the Roses in this matchup is you're going to want to go for those games. Try to close out these stocks early. That means that this game is not over right now. You're not going to see Dabuz try to go for that traditional kill off the top. You're going to see him try to get something and kill him off the sides, or use his rage to his advantage. We see the Nair there pushing him outwards. And MKLeo trying to desperately obtain limit right now, just in case he needs to recover. Ooh, but the rising up air off the roll read, and MKLeo putting Dabuz in a bad situation. No Luma versus a limit Cloud. And again, MKLeo handedly defeating Dabuz. Despite the fact that Dabuz managed to close it out with a very, very clutch back air, MKLeo never really in doubt. And we're facing potentially our second 2-0.
Leo just ran right behind him, did a short hop back air, sent Dabuz off stage with the powerful might of the fusion swords and how strong they are. We see Dabuz calling for a coach. He's calling someone or he's listening to notes, one of the two. I remember people have talked about how Dabuz actually records his voice onto a phone on what to do and what to tell himself. Like kind of like a pre-prep, something that just like calm down. You're playing, you have to play this, you have to play like this, you have to play like this, because Dabuz knows that sometimes he falls off the rail, he falls off the track of what his game plan is, and he just needs that fresh reminder. Or he might be possibly calling someone.
Yeah, despite the fact that Dabuz was one of the top players in PlayStation All-Stars, despite the fact that Dabuz was one of the greatest, no, we're going out there with these references. Don't laugh, don't laugh. Despite the fact that he was one of the...
Like, you're not wrong, but...
PlayStation's All-Star, baby. We out here with these stats. But I mean, despite the fact that he was one of the best All-Stars in Brawl, sometimes you need that little bit of a nudge back on course. And it's so imperative that you make sure you fight Cloud in a specific manner. And if you don't do that, you're going to see this exact situation, facing elimination against the best Cloud in the world. Do you know who you played in PlayStation All-Stars? Because I have no idea.
I have never played that game in my life. I'm going to tell you this right straight up, Rosalind. I have never.
Oh, and good jabs already starting.
Okay, Dabuz, applying a little bit of pressure against Leo on that platform, trying to reach out to that Luma with that up air.
That's the dangers of we see these vertical hitboxes from Dabuz here. It puts Rosa in this awkward situation where if she misses, Cloud is going to eat her alive, whether it's back air or just an under up air into more up airs just like that. It's so hard for her to get down past this.
Okay, nice stuff from Dabuz, catching that grab, throwing Leo off stage.
Oh, good. Using the initial startup of the Luma jab there, protecting Dabuz. Luma protecting Rosa as designed.
Okay, he's still, throwing us some more aerial attacks, waiting for Leo to come back onto the stage via the platform. Catches him with the up smash. He's out of jumps. This is going to be Dabuz's time. Doesn't want to risk it, though, because Leo did have the limit, and that forward air could send him off stage. Hits with the second swing. He's out of jumps. Will he make it back to the stage? He will not. And Rosalina's feeling himself.
Man, it's great to see. Look at those notes paying off already. Only 55% Dabuz. Whoever told him, whatever he told himself is clearly working.
They're trying to catch him with that forward air to push him off stage a little bit more. Sitting at 75%, using Luma as a bodyguard. Gets destroyed. Took a bullet for the queen.
And we have now 12 seconds to the 4:10 mark before the bodyguard returns. Dabuz is going to have to play this safely. More often than not, we've seen Dabuz recently try to fight Lumaless, try to add on a little bit of damage. He's not going to do that against Leo. He's going to show him the respect in neutral that he has to, it's impossible to fight him.
Trying to get that landing from MKLeo, goes for the down tilt instead. We see him crawling inch by inch. Okay, coming back onto the stage, trying to go for that double jump. Leo trying to get that trump against him, but Dabuz is playing such an evasive game right now compared to the previous two games. He's just slipping around all these close corridors that Leo's throwing out with his attacks. Uses the star bits, tries to get the forward smash as well. That would have been the game if he landed that forward smash, because even though it wouldn't have killed him off to the side of the stage, he was out of jumps, he would not have been able to recover and would have fallen to his death into the pit.
Star Bits is a tool you don't normally see in many matchups, but it is so important versus Cloud because you'll allow Rosa to throw out a hitbox that's going to outrange the falling apart of the Cloud up B. Not only that, it's going to prevent Cloud from immediately re-grabbing the ledge too, forcing him to up B again, putting him in a dangerous situation. We're sitting now 100% deficit right now, and Dabuz playing like the first two games didn't even happen.
You see Dabuz throwing out the constant back airs, pushing up more pressure against Leo. Leo goes for the blade beam as he did in game number 1. Didn't work out this time around, only killing Luma instead. Was it worth the limit burn? We shall see. Leo betting it all on that forward air, hoping to steal all his momentum from Dabuz. Has my 47 damage.
It's so hard to play out of the corner against Cloud, especially when you have those spaced back airs being perfect. But the Luma down air, so much knockback. You worry about the up airs. You've seen the kills at such low percent, but the down air is just as dangerous, killing from almost center stage, shooting off immediately into the blast zone.
And Leo calling for a timeout because of this momentum shift that we've seen from Dabuz. Dabuz once again putting his earbuds in, possibly listening to another recording or calling someone. We're waiting for MKLeo Javi to come in. There it is. So what's going on right here is that Tito is looking at the play button or waiting for the phone call to connect or something before he hits the play button so the coaching can initiate.
And that's one of the difficult things. Not everyone has their coach on demand like we see with MKLeo, like we see with ZeRo. So he has to wait for the phone calls, and it doesn't look like he's picking up right now. That's got to be frustrating for Dabuz because, you know, this is killing his own momentum. He is halting.
They have connected, though. They have connected. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Rosalina, but the phone call did just connect. And we're receiving some more coaching. Well, I'm curious about what he's possibly telling Leo here. He's telling him, hey, you know, he's just playing a little bit more patient, being a little bit more slippery, being a little bit more evasive. Just keep your cool, find that attack, and bada bing, get the kill.
Exactly. After a dominating performance in Game 1 and Game 2. Something I actually think interesting about this scenario specifically. Yesterday, a photo started making the rounds on Twitter. A player took a timeout versus Dabuz, and he leaned over, cupped his ear to try to hear the coaching, but that's not going to work. Leo and Javi, they're going to be discussing their game plan in Spanish.
When I think of people that try to lean over and listen to someone's coaching, I always think of winners finals of CEO 2016.
I know exactly.
Anti versus Dabuz, when they were both the dream team, and we saw Anti going over his notes on his computer, which is actually that was the tournament that initiated the 30-second coaching rule. That was a year ago today. How much Smash has evolved since then.
All right, so we see FD as the pick here now. I feel like this is one of Cloud's weaker stages in the current meta. Doesn't allow him to trap on platforms, but it also prevents Rosa from doing the exact same thing. This is going to be a battle of the minds right now. Who is going to be able to take advantage of their tools better than the other?
He's trying to catch that back air as Rosalina tries to land back down to the ground, showing his dominance in the matchup. Rosalina struggles against Cloud sometimes.
Especially from the edge. FD is going to really be a benefit to Dabuz because if he hits Luma from center stage, there's a likely chance that Luma's going to live out her full 50 health. But instead, when you're playing out of the corner like this, Cloud will just bum rush Luma every time.
Just the smallest hit will get rid of Luma. Reads the air dodge, gets the cross slash, sending Dabuz off in his first stock. Whatever they told MKLeo, it is working out greatly in his favor.
I feel like Javi just leaned in and is like, hey, you haven't cross slash so far. Do that. But Dabuz answering back in kind, only 4%.
That angled forward smash is going to take away that stock. Dabuz
Back
feeling
air,
his combos.
There. Oh, just misses that backer. That could have spelled doom for MKLeo. Back throw again. Look at this. He's starting to work for those horizontal options. He's getting those notes in. He's knowing the difference.
Saw Leo just doing a ton of short hops, waiting for Dabuz to make the first move before committing to something.
Playing out of the corner, but now he gets the up air, gets a second one. The fall speed's going to be changed now. Dabuz can get better combos from this. The rising up air, but he's unable to answer it again. Dabuz in full command. There goes Luma.
That was a great read, and recognizing that MKLeo was going to roll onto the stage, catching him with the attack. Going for the spot dodge as MKLeo becomes insanely grab happy. Gets the punish on the down tilt. Down tilt being a pretty risky move on shield, completely unsafe on block.
Oh, and uses the head invincible up tilt to force Leo back high. Up air. Oh, goes for the Shinoa combo in 2017. That is jab 2, up air, up air.
Until wait into the air dodge and try to land that third up air. I mean, it's a 50-50 scenario at that point. Is he going to air dodge or is he not going to? But that limit's getting closer and closer to that full bar. This could be spelled dangerous for Dabuz. Barely avoiding that dash attack.
Oh, this is very bad. Dabuz put himself in a dangerous situation, but he gets the down smash. He doesn't go for the up smash, but Leo might be dead regardless, and that's going to kill him. No tech. Dabuz forces game 5. For clarity's sake, to go back, The Shinoa combo is actually going to kill off the second up air. Normally what you want to do is get both the Luma and the Rosa hit of the up air. What Dabuz only got there was the soft hit Rosa up air, which you're right would lead into the third up air normally. Shinoa is just jab 2, Luma up air, dead.
The more you know.
I know a little bit about it. Like, I don't know a whole lot about Smash. I know a lot about Rosalina. Too much, to be honest. You'd think it would transfer over to my gameplay at some point.
You can definitely hear it in his voice whenever he talks about Dabuz. Rosalina always gets a little giddy whenever he sees Dabuz on the screen.
This is my homie, man. This is my man.
Contrary to popular demand, we see MKLeo taking Dabuz to Game 5. I'm sorry, Dabuz taking MKLeo to Game 5. Echo Fox MVG on his last legs of making a top 8 spot.
And this is nutty because these matches are normally not this close. We saw Game 5 at Smash Factor, but since then MKLeo has kind of had his way with Dabuz. Dabuz changing the course of history right now, though.
Dabuz does have that history of never being able to take a set off of MKLeo in his life. This could be the first time doing the reverse 3-0. Possibly we've seen so many reverse 3-0s today. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another one, but you know what? Leo stuffs it out completely with that forward air, spiking him into the blast zone, and the crowd gets a little hype at that conversion.
That was a beautiful reverse nair into that forward air spike. I was expecting the reverse nair into cross slash, but MKLeo was one step ahead of everyone and just obliterated that stock. Gets the up tilt, forcing him high. Gets the up tilt again. Up air. Waits for the air dodge. Down smash this time. Leo forced outwards. Perfect shield to the forward smash and gets a dash attack. Now gets all the stage control. Connects with the blade beam too. Dabuz having to play without his resources right now. Gets the back throw. Goes for the whiff forward air. MKLeo whiffing the grab and getting back aired for its trouble. This is not out of the reach of Dabuz just yet, despite how early he lost this stock.
Charging his limit some more. It doesn't matter. Gets hit by the down air. He's trying to recover. He's at 130%. This could be Dabuz's opportunity. Goes for the first 2 jabs and opts to cancel it mid-combo in order to try to get the roll read behind him.
That really is Dabuz's specialty. Standing on the ledge there and getting those jabs and forcing awkward situations for the opponent. That back air is enough to do it. The forward throw from Cloud immediately kills Luma. 47, 55-0. He gets the spike, but he comes back. He gets the spike again. MKLeo closes it out. He says there will not be a 3-0, and I will continue my set dominance over you, Dabuz. 4-0 now.
There will not be a 3-0. It is instead a 4-0 set count for MKLeo, taking out Dabuz and moves on to top 8 loser side. Unfortunately for Dabuz, he is not making top 8 again. From last year, you know, he got 3rd place at CEO 2016. This time ends with a 9th place finish.
And that's got to be so difficult after clawing his way all the way back. After clawing his way in that game, losing that stock so quickly, and then even making an even game, MKLeo having all the answers. Dabuz is normally a very complicated player to unlock and get around. MKLeo has the key so far.
He has the key.
What a set, though. Once again, we are 7 sets in, 1 set to go. What will this last barn burner be?
It looks like it's going to be Most Valuable Gaming, Salem versus Panda Globals. You think I'm going to say ESAM? MVD.
Think again. Think again. MVD beating Abadango. MVD beating ZD. And now 1 win away from achieving his prior glory. When this game first came out, we saw MVD as one of the major killers in this game, and since then has started to dip back a little bit and has been working his tail off to try and get back to those heights. It's hard, Austin. It's hard when you reach that mountaintop and roll off and see other people passing you, getting to higher heights than you have ever gotten. It creates a fire in you, and MVD is burning right now. He is ready.
Unfortunately for MVD, he's playing against the likes of Salem, a Bayonetta, Rosalina, a Bayonetta. MVD showing that he's had a little bit of problems with Bayonetta in the past, especially with that controversial set against Captain Zack, where Captain Zack was just camping the ledge, and MVD was too scared to approach him, too scared to commit to anything, and just let the clock run out every single game.
And even going online afterwards and saying there's nothing I could do.
But we've seen ZeRo found a solution. ZeNoto found a solution. Now it is MVD's turn to find a solution against Salem. If Salem intends to employ the same tactics that Zack did to MVD. Now these two have never fought in Smash 4.
You've got no notes.
There's no notes on these two.
It's
fresh
rare.
match. Fresh match for these two. 0-0 set count. Who will take it?
Who you got right now?
Who do I got?
Who do you got?
Honestly, I would say Salem because of his history of constantly placing top 8s or placing top 32s or just getting really good placings and being a demon killer, taking out some great wins. You know, I got MVD over here who's been kind of on a decline lately. But you stated prior that MVD has fire igniting inside of him. He has everything. He has so much to gain from this, and he is driven that honestly MVD might take this away. But history shows that he has a bail problem. Let's see if Salem can do it.
We saw in winner's side in a set that Salem would have been predicted to win. Get 3-0'd. I'm going to take the ultimate underdog, the original Floridian, not a transplant like Salem. I am going to go with Panda Global's own MVD to pull off the upset and make sure that Panda Global is represented in top 8. Right now, he's off to a great start, but unfortunately faces the Witch Time, but no real punish off of it. 52-41 now. We see the side Bs come out. See the up B now. Salem not opting for the campy style either, trying to fight MVD one-on-one, and he is ready for it. MVD, one of the most patient Diddies in the world, and arguably one of the best with banana in hand, waiting for you to hang yourself. He does not make mistakes. He capitalizes on his opponents.
Okay, MVD running left to the right, throws the appeal right back into Salem. Salem just running off the ledge, just gets back down to the stage. Meanwhile, MVD over here gets the banana peel back into his hand, trying to catch him with that forward smash in case Salem slipped on it. But we've seen before that Captain Zach employed as a tactic. He can witch time the banana slip, and Diddy Kong has to be aware of that.
And you're looking at the originator of that attack. It was at one of the previous K-Tars that Salem showed up, and suddenly we all went, excuse me? And speaking of excuse me, Salem
caught it, man. MVD was trying to jump back on, but you know what? We see a forward smash. He sends him off to the edge of the stage, and we have fresh stocks for both opponents.
So, new rule set. We're playing one stock apiece because that's what's happening right now. One stock, 4 minutes. Let's go.
And both participants raring and ready to go. We see Salem trying to get the forward air tactics over and over against him off stage, trying to push and shove MVD to the blast zone.
We see right now Salem opting to step towards the corner, not afraid to play out of their Bayonetta with some of the best defensive tools in the game. And who faces against him? Diddy Kong, one of the other characters with the best defensive in the game. However, Salem stood with Diddy Kong's defensive option in hand, really limiting what MVD could do as an approach option. See the toss into the grab, into the back air now, attacking on this percent, a flat 20 from that combo.
MVD rolling. That peanut from Salem, you know, he's just going to use it to just throw it right back at him in the middle of the stage. Now opts to jump off the stage instead and just goes below.
Which times the banana there. MVD tries to come in and punish the lag from that.
Yeah, on the projectiles, when a projectile hits witch time, if it's close enough, it'll activate. But if you're too far away, nothing will really happen.
See 70-59 right now. MVD trying to nurse this lead. It's the monkey bin, and Salem avoids it. You see him come jumping with that high back air. Neither player has touched the other in almost 30 seconds now. This is really patient neutral play from either player.
Okay, he is slipping. He's got banana peel. Goes for the afterburner kick. Catches MVD jumping.
See the down tilt. We see the grab. We see the forward throw, forcing Salem far off stage, but he immediately comes racing back. Oh, trading there. Trading again. DBZ already, folks. No one's waiting for fighters now.
Once again, going for the witch time, but MVD was just a little bit too far for that to actually activate. They're at 102% to 89. Someone looking for a big stretching move.
Wow, Salem throwing the banana at MVD, but he's catching it immediately. This could be death, and it is!
That was the game-defining moment. MVD throwing the peel. If that would have connected into Salem, it would have led into a down tilt up smash and killed Salem. But unfortunately for MVD, it went right through him, and because he had some cooldown on the banana peel throw, Salem opts to go for the up special, catches MVD and carries him to the top, taking away game number 1.
We see there on the left sleeve of MVD on that beautiful Panda Global jersey, that Funimation tag. We see the Funimation sticker on MVD's bottle, trying to summon his key, trying to get past Bayonetta, but Salem answering every time. One slip up from MVD cost him both of those stocks. And it begins. We see the Nair camps. We see the potential of what Bayonetta can be in the future. 20 Hex is alive and well.
Salem opting to go for that after the heel slide in order to apply more damage to MVD. MVD just gets the grab, goes for the back air instead. He tries to opt to run back to the banana peel.
Wow, whiffing the grab there and Salem answering with the back air, throwing him off stage. Neither player really putting a dent right now. We're looking at almost a full minute in, and we're looking at 40 apiece practically. This almost feels like a button warmer, honestly.
I mean, the same strategy is happening that Salem's doing, like Captain Zach did against MVD. He's chilling on the ledge. He's waiting for MVD to approach him. And as history shows, MVD's a little bit too afraid to commit to something to him when Salem's off stage like that.
We see Salem just opting the down tilt. Doesn't go for the bullets, though, because that'll put Bayo in a lot of lag and allow MVD to get the punish. But with that, Salem does get the lead, and that is so important.
Salem legit just spammed down tilt on the ground until MVD just fell right into the attack. Like there was no reading involved. Salem was just throwing it out. MVD got hit, and Salem capitalized on the combo starter.
We see MVD trying to get these ledge situations back under control, but Salem just escaping every option that MVD throws at him.
And Sam playing that keep away style, especially because now he has the banana peel in hand. MVD loses a tool from his arsenal while he has it.
Oh, and sits there, having to think about his mistakes as he eats that banana into the back throw.
Hey, MVD finding an approach, trying to get that forward smash, expecting Salem to slip on it for that to actually convert into the kill.
And Salem not born yesterday, not gonna fall for these simple Diddy Kong tricks. MVD's gonna have to think of something different. Just like that, goes for the raw back air, but just barely misses. Salem opt for the get up, drop down Nair there, putting a hitbox up. Oh, but he gets underneath them with the up smash. That is the answer. That is the aggressive option we are looking for. Oh, and it almost looked like he was trying to monkey flip away there, and that causing him to suck off into the vortex. That's the same thing we saw happen to ZeRo last year.
Yeah, Salem uses sticky fingers to just grab onto MVD and just threw him to the blast zone. And we're going back to one stock apiece. We see another witch time coming from Salem trying to activate it. If MVD was a little bit too far, he gets the up smash conversion.
Forward throw up smash?
I mean, it connected. It did damage. Why not?
You can only call it wrong if it doesn't hit. 40-16 now. Salem keeping this defensive playstyle in mind. We saw this last week at Nairo Saga. He didn't care if you were in the lead, if he was in the lead. He was going to sit back and wait for you to make a mistake. Down tilt. Up there. Doesn't get the up B though. MVD air dodging down, avoiding what could have been another quick 40% for Salem.
So using the constant neutral airs to try to just negate all of the peanut pop guns. Meanwhile, attaching damage to MVD. Hits with the back air. MVD's out of jumps. Managed to use this final one in order to get back onto the stage off the monkey flip. Catches him with the witch time as he's trying to jump back onto the stage. MVD SDIing out of harm's way and gets back to the stage himself, applying more pressure, landing the back air.
Oh, gets the fair one, but he doesn't get the side B conversion. We hear the crowd erupt right now for something off screen. Oh, but MVD trying desperately to get into this. It's so difficult because you sit here and you look at this from a simple layman's point of view and you see, oh, well, Salem's just really just staying on the other side of the stage. He's just pushing buttons. He's doing anything else. Well, what he's actually doing is he's waiting for a mistake, but he's also living inside the head of MVD. Because if he says, I don't have to play against you, I don't care that I have the lead and I can push my aggressive nature, I'm going to sit back here and I'm going to let you decide how I'm going to kill you. Will I witch time you? Will you whiff? What is going to happen? But Salem right now in firm control of this, at least mental aspect, if not the percents.
Salem looking for a kill off the top. That banana peel dropped from so far up in the air. MVD, you sneaky devil. He spawned the banana peel high up in the air, catching Salem completely off guard, but MVD was not able to convert that into a kill. Instead, he gets back aired from Salem. It was a nice attempt.
Absolutely. That banana raining down from the heavens, potentially MVD's last breath in this tournament. Now facing a 2-0 deficit, drinking long from that bottle, thinking about what he can do differently, because we're seeing the same thing we saw against Zach, him being flustered, being unable to answer the bell, answer the ref's call now. This is for your life. This is for your top 8.
This is his moment. I mean, he had the right idea in mind, employing such secret tactics against Salem. It just didn't get the follow through. This could have been 1-1 if he managed to get that, and that would have been incredible to witness.
And it's such a difference looking at a 1-1 moment instead of a 2-0. You have none of the momentum is against you now.
And all the pressure is against you.
Thank you. And we hear the crowd cheer out, "Let's go, Jesse." They're firmly behind him, despite the fact that this is CFL. South Florida is more than loud. We see the roll come off the banana. Ooh, Salem trying to get cheeky there.
Was
wow.
that the Matrix? He just rolled away from the banana throw.
Ooh, gets the down air after that, too.
Crowd starting to get hype, as you stated previously. MVD being a Florida native, the hometown hero in his tactic. That MVD tried to do the tactic against him again, spinning banana peel, but this time it was on screen. Salem saw it, Salem witnessed it, and Salem got the peel away.
Wow, looks away too, has a moment of jauntiness himself.
And we see Salem over and over catch it. He bat within in place.
He was trying desperately to witch time the forward smash and instead got the bat within. The bat within saved him from the first hit, but the second hit, the backhand coming all the way around, and MVD closing out that stock so early now.
But couldn't he have like moved out of harm's way? I guess maybe expected like a down tilt or something. The forward smash being a 2-swing move, Salem getting completely caught off guard from the second swing of the forward smash.
Ooh, the highest of down airs coming out from Salem right now.
Trying to catch with that up smash. MVD responding in kind with that up air.
Backer from Salem trying to close out this first MVD stock. MVD already putting 76% on Salem. This is the best we've seen him play. Whatever he gathered from that moment of reflection is paying dividends right now.
Try to get that forward smash off of the banana peel slip again. Salem looking to close out this stock. Gets the witch time, but the explosion didn't happen? I heard the explosion.
The barrels exploded. We all saw it. But the witch time somehow saving the day. Whatever contract that Bayonetta had to sign with Madame Butterfly to not get hit by that explosions, I would like to read through it, please, because I don't think that's a fair trade for MVD or anyone else.
That was insane what we just witnessed. We got it on footage so that we can like go back and re-look at those videos because that was crazy. Gets the banana peel into the down tilt. He's carrying with the forward throw, trying to catch him with the witch twist, but MVD opts to go for the air dodge instead to avoid a possible combo to death.
And Salem, such a master of those. He puts you in the worst possible situation and just kills you off the side so early. Just run up smash from MVD. Throwing everything, a caution to the wind right now, trying desperately to put a point on the board versus Salem.
But Salem is one stock away from being our final top 8 qualifier. MVD's still struggling against him. He has the lead in percent, but not in momentum. As I say that, gets the banana peel into an up smash, putting a game win for him. 1-2.
And if you look closely, it seems like only the first and third hit of that up smash connected. We heard the first slap. We didn't hear anything, and then heard the third slap there. MVD getting very lucky that Bayonetta simply just didn't fall out and putting himself in a very bad position. And then after he gets the win, we see him take his time out, taking a breather, taking a moment away, and calling upon Coach Tony. If you're not familiar with the Florida scene, Coach Tony is the coach extraordinaire. I mean, we see in Tri-State we have Coach Zeke. In Georgia we have Coach Scat. Down here in Florida we have Coach Tony.
So we see Salem, you know, he doesn't have a Coach Tony for himself. He's just there thinking. He knows what his game plan is. He knows what he has to do. Look at him just thinking in thoughts. Just deep in thought, man. But surprisingly enough, that MVD called for a coach after he won. Like, he was literally on the verge of losing that set. Got a game win, and then finally called for a coach.
And look at him, all smiles right now. More than happy. He knows that the momentum is back on his side. Oh.
And they're both having a jolly good show.
And that's what CEO does, man. This is, at its core, a competition, but this is still a celebration of fighting games as a whole, too.
It's a celebration of the community. For all Nintendo competitive games, for all fighting games, for everything. Competitive. Esports. Here we are.
See Bear looking up to the main stage, trying to will his fellow Pandal Global member on. We see now MVD is going to have to play out 2 counter picks here. Salem taking him to Lilat. A home away from home from Bayonetta players. This is not Umber Clock Tower, but they feel just as comfortable here because of those tilts right there. Bullet arts are going to be treacherous on this stage.
MBD just sneaking past the bullets, rolls behind him and gets the grab.
There again, opting for the other side of the stage and just letting those bullets fly. Doesn't even feel the need to interact with MBD, and that's what this stage can do to you. We're most likely going to see, if MBD pulls this off, we're going to see him go right back here, my bet is.
I definitely sense a more defensive play style coming from Salem, but as I say that, he gets the tech roll read to the left, manages to punish it with a dash attack. I've seen this happen multiple times when someone's just chasing after a tech, and because they just don't want to leave momentum of just turning around their dash, they just manage to get the roll.
You see MBD closing the gap just briefly, but Salem having an answer for that. Wow, almost getting that back or two on the barrels.
MBD at 95%, spawns the Manipula and re-grabs onto it. This could be big for him. Thing is, he can just keep shooting that willy-nilly all day, every day. The bullet climax coming in clutch in this matchup.
Yeah, we see the heels and the wrists of Bayonetta causing so much trouble from MBD. How is he supposed to approach when you see these low-angle projectiles preventing really any kind of forward movement?
What's intriguing is that PG MBD was the one that received coaching. Salem did not, but Salem's the one changing up the strategy, Broslina. He's the one that's doing it. He's the one shooting bullets and chilling back.
And this is MBD's home away from home. He loves this stage. He is one of the biggest proponents for the continued legality of Lilat. But the up smash from the top platform, not quite enough, but the F smash! My God, baiting out the grab, and MBD now.
Drops the monkey flip through Bayonetta instead. It goes for another one, trying to catch him holding his shield. See Salem strutting, walking in.
The Nair is circling all around MBD's shield there. Just runs through and grabs. Bayonetta, not exactly the best dash grab either.
He actually caught him out of that rocket barrel boost. That rocket's still going. Snipes him with the gun. Manages to barely catch onto the ledge. Lilat notorious for tilting at the perfect moment so that you can't grab onto the ledge. MBD proving it wrong at that specific time.
When we see the regrab here from Salem, tossing him backwards, forcing him back off stage into this ledge trap situation. A grab again.
Death.
And that is going to be it. He didn't say it then, but how often have we heard Bayonetta say after that forward throw, you are 1,000 years too late. I am ahead of you. I am in your head. And that's where Salem exists so many times in these matchups. We see MBD racking on the damage with that rapid jab. We don't see that from Diddy Kongs too often, but we see a full 50% now.
It was actually a pretty smart option coming from MBD because he saw the bat within proc. So he's like, you know, I'm just going to carry out this jab instead of going for the first two swings. I'm just going to go into rapid jab. Because Diddy's rapid jab is notorious for being not the greatest.
Absolutely not. You're able to SDI out of it so easily. But instead, Salem got caught in it for an extended period there.
And MBD getting the correct read on those bullets. He knew exactly when Salem was going to stop pulling onto the triggers and got in and got a punish. He has him at 86%. He's applying more pressure. He's starting to control the stage a little more.
MBD playing very strongly right now, and is completely working his way into a dominant stock here.
Down tilt into the F smash, taking him away. I saw Salem get hit by the asteroid in the background as we approach the final game of the night.
This is it, folks. This is game 5. This is the last qualifier for top 8. One of these players is going to have Sunday off, and one of these players is going to be walking out to the roar of the crowd. We see Esam sitting down in the background now, ready to jump on stage at a moment notice and embrace his brother in arms.
How many times have we seen a reverse 3-0 today, or almost a reverse 3-0? The almost being Dabuz versus MK Leo.
This will be our third. My nerves are shot, Austin.
In top 16 alone, a reverse 3-0 is definitely imminent for MBD. But Salem opts, you know what? I picked your favorite stage, Lilat Cruz. Let's change it up a bit. Let's go to Talent City so I can kill you even sooner. But he's opting to go for the defensive strategy still. Camping that ledge, not allowing MBD to play the game.
The scary thing is now that he has picked Town & City, we saw on Lilat, MBD getting an up smash on that center platform that did not kill because of the height. That will change here. He will close out a stock early this time. Oh no, we see the forward throw.
I think that was just MVD not aware of what was happening because he procced the witch time. He was still holding shield while in the middle of witch time, but he thought he had a free opportunity for a grab. But he was in slow-mo and couldn't get it out in time, and Salem got the correct punish.
Oh, we see the perfect shield on the banana, and Salem now in control with banana in hand, too. Will we see a completely defensive timeout? We have 5 minutes to go. Will Salem fully commit to getting the W right now? He has a lead, and he is jumping away from MVD. And MVD trying desperately to work out the solution to this.
Salem's chilling near the edge of the stages. When the platforms are visible, he starts to bounce off of them. MVD trying to get hidden. He actually placed the banana peel so he could counteract the heel slide that went right through him. He didn't get the biggest punish of the world out of it, but still a punish nonetheless.
Yeah, he wisely noticed that Salem, as you mentioned, was going for that cross-up and just completely covered every option. Trip again.
And again, not too big of a, no punish at all that time from MVD. Finally gets the correct roll read off of the slip, goes for the roll, gets a slight back here. Again, another down tilt into another damage, tries to go for the regrab, but unfortunately for Salem, he was behind him. That would have been devastating for Salem.
Oh, and the monkey flip in. That's such a dangerous option right there to commit to. Oh, but the super amount of lag coming off of that. But Salem mashing out like he's at ZeRo says, you will not throw me today.
He's shooting the peanut popgun. He has the banana peel. He's waiting for Salem to land on the ground. He's just shooting it off. Doesn't want to approach. Why does he? That was the most Mensa thing I've ever seen. MVD shot the peanut popgun, and the second he knew that Salem was going to go for the dash, he ran in. He knew the exact timing against that. Tries to catch the monkey flip.
Oh no, it pushes him outwards, and Salem now one stock away.
He's struggling. He needs to get this kill right here, right now. Gets the down smash, but in the opposite direction, and the sour spot to boot.
Goes to the up smash now, 120 to 0. Oh, and the initial down tilt so imperative.
We're seeing again Salem spamming down tilt because he knows that MVD is just going to roll into it. He tries to get the punish on the witch time with an up smash, but Salem immediately acts out of it. There's very little cooldown on an activated witch time that Bayonetta possesses.
We see the massive double jump there from Salem. He calls that Bayonetta's super jump, where he'll use the immediate double up B to put himself at the top of the blast zone, and MVD wisely avoids the killing up air there. But we're sitting now, MVD already taking 60%. He's going to have to close out this stock, or it is going to be too little too late, and Salem will be the one that advances.
MVD's at 78% on his final stock. Salem's just going to chill back on that platform. MVD has to make the first move. Salem opting to just chill for the ledge. Let's see if the Captain Zack strategy will work against MVD again.
I mean, we're looking at it now. We're closing in on 120 seconds off. See, this is so dangerous. He cannot choose the passive option right now. He has to force the issue. We see the down smash there. He's taking notes from Zenoto, but he did not connect with it.
MVD is trying to be a little more aggressive, trying to land those back airs against Salem off stage. Manages to push him off, but he's still living at 140%. He's chilling back, shooting peanut pop guns. Connects the banana peel, but doesn't get the up tilt. I'm wondering if he tried to go for an up smash instead, but it doesn't matter. Connects the back air, and we're on our final stock of tonight. MVD versus Salem.
We are just under 2 minutes left in this game. Will we see Salem opt to completely just nope his way out of this and succeed in the top 8? Will we see MVD close out this deficit or potentially even close out the stock? We see the falling Nair there, putting 11 already on. Gets a grab again. The damage is starting. The vortex is beginning. And Salem just says, I'm good. I'm good, thanks. I'm out of here. Catch you later.
Actually, monkey flips above narrow death from that down smash. That was a great placement from Salem. MVD super aware of it. Opts to go for the side B to get back to center stage. But the timer is starting to become in Salem's sight. He's at 1:15. He's starting to connect the witch time, but MVD still back down onto the ground. He's shooting the peanut pop gun. He has a banana peel in hand. Salem trying to find his way back down to the ground, but MVD has the peel.
Yes, traditional Diddy Kong setups are not going to kill right now, and MVD is going to have to do something off the side or the bottom with less than a minute now. Oh my god, the banana toss into the Nair.
He's trying to get the neutral air off of the banana peel throw, trying to snipe him with the bullet climax. 50 seconds on the clock. MVD has to get the kill. There's no way he can allow this to go to time with this big of a deficit in percentage. Salem looking for the answer. The crowd yelling. They're getting hyped. They don't know what's going to happen. 40 seconds.
Right now, MVD is searching, praying, hoping desperately to have an answer. That up air is going to be a start for it. Salem out of resources now. Gets the grab. No resources, no jumps.
Gets the air dodge read, but not the correct DI, but he has max rage. manages to land one more down tilt, tries to get activating bat within again and again. 18 seconds. He's at 161%. Bayonetta, 69. He needs to get in there, get a grab, get a down smash, get anything to close out the set. But Salem's the one that finishes. Salem's the one that says, I don't need the timer. Here's my back air. GG, I'm going to the top 8, not you.
Look at the devastation on MVD's face. He reaches over, embraces his combatant, but he knows that was taken from him. He fought with all of his heart to close that out, and it just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough, Austin. Salem played the clock and forced the aggressive options from MVD, and it forced Salem to then close out and end Panda Global's dreams of top 8 with that massive back air from Bayonetta.
And MVD finishing with a 9th place. One spot away from top 8. But Salem's going to move on. Loser's side. What a night it's been, Rosalina. What a night. What a top 16 we just witnessed today. And before you guys go, we're just going to recap everything for tomorrow. Our top 8 contenders are Ken versus Team Solo Mid ZeRo, Misfits Larry Lurr versus Energy Esports Nairo, Phoenix One Captain Zach versus Mars in Loser's side. And the other side of Loser's side is Echo Fox MVG MK Leo versus MVG Salem. Possible team killers.
Nope, absolutely team killers. One of these players is going to have to then step off and potentially help them further on into victory. This is going to be a top 8 for the ages. We talked about going into top 16, how every single one of these could be a grand finals at any national around the world, and it's going to even get further stronger from there. We have seen Ken versus ZeRo. We've seen Larry versus Nairo. We've seen Zach versus Mars, and we've seen Salem versus Leo. These are all matches that you could see close out a tournament at any point, and instead, this is only to advance further into top 8. This is going to be a hell of a day Sunday, and you need to tell your friends, need to tell your family. It's going to be bright and early, but you're going to put on a you're going to put on a pot of coffee, you're going to put it on a good breakfast, and you're going to join us at 10 a.m. at CEO Gaming, twitch.tv/CEO Gaming, for what is the most magical day in fighting games.
And you know what?
Sunday at CEO.
You know what, man? I could have asked for a better top 16. Rosalina, it's been an honor commentating with you.
It's my first time with you, man. It's been a damn pleasure. It's been a damn pleasure.
It's been great, dude. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We're going to be signing out. This is Rosalina. My name's Austin. We'll see you tomorrow, bright and early.
Bless up, y'all.
Make good choices.
I won't.
Get us out of here.
All right, stream. That was Super Smash Brothers Wii U Top 96, the full bracket. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you enjoyed the stream, make sure to follow VG Bootcamp. If you feeling generous, give them a sub. They work really hard. I'm not, as you can tell, part of VG Bootcamp, but they're great people. They work hard. Again, I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you are interested in following me and what I do, follow me at CNaught, but that's not important. We will see you guys bright and early, 10 a.m. Eastern, for top 8. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great night.
See, I don't turn in numbers just to see if I'm hot. Ain't no website on earth gonna tell me that I'm not. You can see how I move, you can study how I flip. Ain't no code to this ish. If you cheat, you gon' flop. See, the game never changed when you thinking about your lane. But the kids looking up, never think